What's up, good people? What's up, good people? Let me make sure that, okay, it looks like I can be heard. Looks like I can be heard. I'd like to formally thank everybody for making it on in today. I'm Tardy. I see a lot of people have clicked the link already. A lot of people have clicked the link already. Make sure that you like it on the way in. And yes, this is a pop filter. I don't like it though, but it got rid of the static when I say Stream Team memes. Peter Parker picked the purple pepper in Pakistan. So I can say something to start with a P without it staticking. So there's that. That problem got corrected. But I don't like this big ass thing in my face. And I don't like my mic being positioned like this. It's a lot I don't like here. But it solved the problem, I suppose. Suppose. So we shall see. We shall see. All right. All right. Let's get ready to go. Let's get ready to get it. I gotta send links out to a lot of people. Got a lot of people that confirmed. Fantastic gonna be on here. MOT gonna be on here. Credit MBD gonna be on here. I don't know Mike V's email, but I told MOT to send the email to Mike V. So we're gonna get a live panel with a lot of different views and perspectives. So we're gonna see how this go. We're gonna see how this go. We're gonna try to make it do what it do. But all right. All right, let's go. Let's get it.
Peace, folks. This is X from TPOT Media. Open your mind and wake your black ass up. You know what time it is. Hit that damn like button as you make your way in the door. Grab a seat, settle in, get ready. It's the Grown Man Hour with your host, my man, Bernard Riley.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mumia Obsidian Ali. You know who I am. I need no introduction, right? And you're listening to the Grown Man Hour with my man Bernard Riley, heard weekdays right here on YouTube. What do you think about that? How about that? Now let's get back on with the show. Thank you.
All right. Thank you once again. Thank you once again. Thank you once again. We already got 100 people in here that's telling me this is going to be a good show when I get 100 people before the intro is even done. So I'd like to thank everybody who's in the building. Trying to put this link out real quick to as many individuals as possible. I got a number of people that I need to get this link to. And I'm doing that right now. As we speak, I am in the process of sending this link out. So give me a second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. I want to make sure everybody get it, and hopefully MOT can send it to some of the community. I mean, Dave. I'm just playing. I mean, to like Mike V, because I don't got Mike V's email. I wish I did. Don't got Mike V's email. I didn't even think about. Let me put the profit of thought on this email. That's list. 1 second, good people. 1 second, good people. One second. All right. I think there might be enough people right there. I sent it out to a lot of people. Sent it out to a lot of. Look who showed up first. I knew he was coming ready. Fantastic, already down there. What's going on? I only got my earpiece in. I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me put it in.
Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
Not. Oh, damn! I forgot my speaker on. Let me turn that off. I don't need that because I think that distorts my volume. But I can hear you. Should be able to hear you now through my through the earpiece. So let's go ahead and get it going. Hashtag fantastic was wrong. No, just playing.
Yeah, hey, man. You can't get them all. You can't get them all, right?
Right on. And we got MOT in the building already. I didn't get confirmation from SKC. MOT.
No. Well, SKC is a coward, so he's gonna stay in the chat. He's not gonna come up here.
Okay, cool. No problem.
Yeah.
Did you get my email when I told you to? Because I don't got Mike V email, or I told you to send it to whoever you want.
I mean, because the makeup of the panel, if we can't talk about the evidence of the case, I'm not gonna be up here anyway. So it's very straightforward about what the case was always about. We had expert testimony from people, so all this helmet strap nigga shit, get the fuck out of here with this commie nigga shit. Get the fuck out of here. You got to admit that you're wrong. You got to keep up with this shit. You got to. And pandering to dumb niggas who don't want to take a side is crazy, man. The shit has to stop, man. Hey, man, you got to pick a party. You have to show that you're organizing on your side and all that shit. Otherwise, man, we just not gonna keep going through this shit, man. we can't.
What is it?
I mean, I gotta entertainment. Yeah, come on, man.
But I gotta ask the question though. What does the criminal justice system have to do with picking a side politically?
I'm saying that if you're going to be on a side and talking about politics in any way, you can't be making up all these memes and like, dude, this is serious business. Like, it adds up into this. There's one side who believes in the actual justice system that fights for it, and then there's the right wing side. If you don't believe me, I can play you what Tucker Carlson and this Gavin Tucker said. I can show you what right wing people think about this case. Versus everybody else.
This is what I'm saying though. Justice has no side. I mean, theoretically, in the way it's supposed to be, justice has no sides. Justice is justice. It's no matter your color, no matter your gender, no matter your political affiliation. It's supposed to be justice. And you're talking about we're going to talk about the facts of the case. So let's talk about the facts of the case. Let's talk about the case because the politics has nothing to do with it. And you're talking about evidence and all these things. This is what I can promise you, MOT. If you say you watch the case, I believe you. Because you actually do take the time out of the work to do shit like this. But I can tell you this, MOT, 90% of the people down in the chat didn't watch the case. Real time. I'm not talking about the recap from whether it be Fox News, whether it be CNN, whether it be. I actually put hours in on this case per day. Kept to it and listen to the live testimony if you're talking about it. And the thing that it seems like some people don't want to do is there are two sides to any criminal case. There's a prosecution, there's a defense. Okay. So even if you may bring a witness that has testimony in favor, that's supposed to be in favor of the prosecution, if the defense flips that and they get the fucking the state's witness, the prosecution's witness to agree with them, you can't eliminate that either. And that's what's been going on here. I watched the case. Real time.
All right, real quick. Before y'all really lock horns, I want to give my position on it. MOT mentioned the politics and the picking sides. Yes, I voted Republican. I will never vote Democrat again. I will continue to vote Republican. However, I absolutely, positively was happy with this verdict, and I hope he get all 75 of the possible years. So, so there's that. I just want to make that very clear. I know some people of the view that he should have got off, but no, I'm not one of them.
Hey, Bernard, let me clear this up again. People have a very, very poor understanding of debating arguments and legal testimony, defense, prosecution. All of you emotional niggas talking about I lost. What did I lose? What did I lose? What did you win? Again, y'all, this shows your emotion, bro. Anybody talking about lost and win, I don't even value your opinion. You're a child. You're too immature to be involved in a serious conversation about something that we're talking about here. We're talking about criminal cases and we're talking about legal justice, okay? All right, that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about no lose or no win, because I promise you, neither one of you niggas got no cash benefits. Neither one of you niggas got no fucking cut on your taxes or anything from this fucking verdict yesterday, okay? Just like I didn't. Nigga, my life ain't nothing changed for me. I'm just here about to talk shit to you niggas, you hoe ass niggas in the chat that's too scared to get up here and have a conversation because you can't. You're not on my level intellectually. You haven't been keeping up with the case, and you're just fucking emotional ass niggas that want that hug from the white man. Stand on it, 1,000%.
All right.
No. Actually, it's the people who actually defended Chauvin who wanted to hug from the white man. Fantastic. Don't do that.
Well, that's what hold on. That's what I'm saying. No one listen. This is on MOT, and like I'm saying, listen to me again, MOT, because we got to do this again. Yeah. We're talking. Does every criminal defendant have a defense?
We're talking about a specific case here.
Okay, even still, no. I know we're talking about a specific case, but we have to lay down the grounds on how the legal system works for the people that don't understand it, MOT. So I'm gonna ask you again: does every criminal defendant have a defense?
Whether bad or good, yes.
Yes, thank you. All right. So now that we got that established, when Pookie done shot up, the whole neighborhood.
Here we go again. What about this?
Hold on, no, where you got? Wait, here we go. What are you talking about?
No, sir. Like, come on, man.
What makes this case significant, MOT? Just you go ahead, expound, brother. The floor is yours.
Okay. The case is significant because there's overwhelming evidence, video proof, tons of people on the scene, and 3 different medical people who testified to say what the actual cause of death was. On the other side, the wrong side, had police witnesses talking about how things were okay, even though on the other side, you had the chief of police, you had Derrick Chauvin supervisor, you had the head of the actual homicide detective who testified, 911 people who also had the camera zoomed in on it, zoomed in up top, can see what was going on. You had people on the scene who actually called the police, on the police at the scene. You had a fire department lady who tried to render help, who was told to stay back from the actual scene. All of that.
Hold on, wait. You gotta let me interject.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let him finish.
Hold on, you can't just run on, Bernard.
I know, but he was almost done. Just let him.
They did a whole day about use of force. Everybody who testified, the chief of police, everybody said this was against police policy. Everybody did. And on the defense side, the only thing they had was reasonable doubt. They brought people in who got quickly character impeached off the stage. It was very clear the way that this case was going to go. Unless you didn't keep up with the case, and unless you wanted this dude dead more than you wanted justice to be served in this case, that's how you ended up on the side that you ended up on. So that's all I got, man. So if you can get past all those factual things that happened in this case, all right, man, you got it.
Yeah, it's easy. Well, that's easy work.
All right, SKC in here, but hold on, real. I'm gonna pass it back to you, fantastic. But Justin March in the building with the $10. Appreciate the super chat. Tony Vegas in the building says this should be another classic by my man BR. Hit the button on your way in. Keep up the great work, BR. Absolutely, I definitely will. Oh, SKC, I know you love this SKC right here.
What do we get for $10? Everything you want. Everything? Everything.
I know that just warms your heart when you see that, SKC. But Shout out to, we got Mr. Shane Vicious in the building, says fantastic loss when Mango Mussolini lost in November. Shout out to Mr. Shane Vicious. Everyday Valet in the building says, I will gladly come up and explain why fantastic position was invalid. I might let you up here in a little bit. Indigenous TV in the building says virtue signaling at its finest. Meanwhile, they're trying to make Black people the face of anti-Asian racism and hate. But hey, we won. We won. I was about to play that Chris Rock. I should have looked up that Chris Rock clip when he was talking about Black people after the OJ trial. He was like, Black people walking around skipping. We won. We won. But
like this is a serious issue, man. Like,
yeah, it is. It is. That's why.
You can't SKC this shit out by just.
I know. If SKC just go full troll, I'm going to defer. I'm going to hold on. Wait. Shout out to everybody who donated the $5. If SKC go full troll on us, then I'm gonna call on him less. I was hoping he got something to say. If he mix in a little humor, but I get where you come from. It is a serious issue.
Everything that I brought up was completely factual about the case.
You don't got to repeat it. Now it's my turn, bro.
Right,
again, just like the fucking criminal case, you get to say your shit. I get to lay my shit down. Again, bro, you lost when you said all the defense brought up was reasonable doubt. What do you need in a murder case, MOT?
You need to prove their side of the case. Their side of the case was.
No. Say it all the way. Thank you.
You ask me a question.
Just say it in the full context, bro, and don't try to belabor it out. What do you need in order to in a criminal case? What do you need?
There's the answer, and then I'm gonna give you the why, because there's the answer and the why.
I don't need the why.
Let me give you the answer. The answer is you need reasonable doubt. There's two parts.
No.
Like,
You need
hold on.
Let him answer.
It's beyond reasonable doubt.
Mr. Fantastic. Come on, man.
Jesus Christ, bro. You got me for 8 minutes. I asked you a question, you get a wrong answer, so get it back to me.
No, it's not a wrong answer.
That is a wrong answer.
Okay.
What do you need in order to get the conviction?
About this.
Fantastic. I didn't even get what his answer was.
He said the wrong answer. He said you need reasonable doubt. No, you don't.
No. That's why I said I want to explain my answer.
Let him answer it. Then explain it, and then you can. He'll give you more. He'll give you more rope to hang him with. So let him go. If he wrong, then you can show he wrong. Just let him go. Just let him talk, so he can so he can hang himself even more. All right, go.
Okay. In this case, which is still my answer, the defense alleges one thing. The prosecution alleges another thing. The defense said that he died from a drug overdose or something that was health related. The prosecution says, with all the overwhelming evidence, that he died by the 9-minute event. So what the defense job was to raise as much reasonable doubt as humanly possible, so that way the jury can vote one way over the other. So my answer is reasonable doubt. The actual defense job was to raise as much reasonable doubt as possible, but you can't really do that with such overwhelming evidence.
Okay, all right.
Real quick, before you go, I just want to say real quick, that question right there, that's not the question on the table. We talking about the case. I do think that's a good question, but that ain't the topic. So don't try to filibuster or like people in the chat. Be cool with that shit. That is a good question, but not today. Not today.
What's not a question?
Well, no, the dude in the chat saying, "How do you hate the Daggle but vote with the Daggle?" That's a good question.
No, I don't even pay attention to them. They emotional.
I know. I'm letting niggas know the tone. Don't come in here with bullshit today. I want to.
But Bernard, how is that BS? Because
it's not BS.
It has nothing to do with this.
It's BS today.
You're the one that brought up party.
Oh my God!
Hold on, SKC. That question is BS today because MOT. He's trying to get a focused conversation about the facts of the trial. So when we focusing on the facts of the trial, I want everybody to keep all that out of here for a second. So go ahead.
Right. I get that, but what I'm saying is the dude asked the question, but it relates to what MOT.
It don't relate to this.
Fantastic.
He was the one that brought up.
Hold on. Fantastic. I want you to respond directly to what MOT said.
Okay, so again, MOT, no, the defense doesn't have to do shit, but it's not on the defense. The burden is on the state. Okay, the burden is in a criminal trial. The burden is on the state. So again, sir, you're giving a nice explanation, but you're deflecting and you're purposely being misleading.
I asked the question.
MOT, brother, I didn't.
You gotta let him go now.
Let me get it off, bro.
You gotta let him
go. Okay.
So again, like I said, bro, for you guys that don't know, and niggas asking about what law firm I work for, I don't work for none, but I'm well better offset to be a lawyer than your dumb ass. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep shooting shots at you hoe ass niggas in the chat. But anyway, like I said, the burden of proof is on the prosecution and the state. All the fucking defense needs, that's the defense purpose, is just to poke enough holes in the state's case. And that was done. And everything MOT brought up, there were substantial counters admitted by the same state's witnesses. He brought up the police chief. The police chief flipped whenever he couldn't get out of the fucking hole, the logical trap that the defense put him in. Same thing for all the medical experts. The only medical expert that stood tall and you could say that wasn't able to be flipped by the defense was the pulmonologist. I'll give you that one all day and twice on Sundays. But the county coroner, he said that he dispelled the fucking knee on the neck bullshit. All the other people that the several officers that all the state witnesses called said that the knee on the neck shit was bullshit, because again, if you look at different angles, they show plenty of different angles where for a substantial amount of time he was not any pressure on his fucking neck. The coroner said he looked for bruising there on surface and subcutaneously. For you dumb motherfuckers in the chat, subcutaneous means he cut off the skin and looked under the skin. There was no bruising. They said, oh well, what about applying the pressure to the knee, to the neck, and cutting off oxygen to the brain with the arteries? He said, no, that's not how the body works, you dumbass niggas. Even if you have one side completely and totally fucking blocked off, your other aorta will be able to be strong enough to pick up and supply enough oxygen to the brain. So even the oxygen to the brain thing had holes poked in it by the same state's witnesses when questioned by the defense. And then when the defense probably brought their witness up, he brought several things into the thing that the state never even covered, like carbon monoxide playing a part in it, due to the fact of the matter that he was laying next to exhaust. And what does carbon monoxide do, people, for you geniuses in the chat? Oh, carbon monoxide poisoning, where you die, the silent killer, because you have so much fucking and it dispels and eliminates fucking oxygen. So if you have somebody that's already in a distressed situation due to medical condition, due to whatever it may be or whatnot, what have you, that plays a part in it. The whole argument here, and again, I understand this. The case is over with for now, okay? But for you dumb motherfuckers that don't understand, there's still this thing called an appeal, okay? The verdict has been set. I'm just simply talking about the fucking evidence that, again, if you didn't watch the case, bro, just sit back in the stands, relax, shut up, and don't have an opinion, because you're not fit to be in a discussion because you don't know what's going on.
All right, we got to get MOT response to that. Abdul Jones with the $15. I don't even got a little thing for that. Said I got to get one, but shout out to you. Appreciate that. Son is Hot Rod in the building. He says this is a victory for black people in general, and I generally can agree with that. But the war is far from over. My respect to both Mr. Fantastic and MOT. Thank you for the comment. Mr. Shane Vicious in the building. He said, "Damn, he has extra large cape on." All right. Shout out to Mr. Shane Vicious and everybody who dropped a super chat on there. We're about to get MOT's response.
Yeah, go, man. I got $2 for you, man. I know I'm a little short, but you come.
Shout out to Mr. Shane Vicious for that. And all right, MOT, you got
again.
You got it.
He didn't follow the case because that's not like the actual defense didn't flip anybody. All those people who came up there, that guy barely gave anybody. Okay, show me any person who thought that Mr. Nelson put up a good defense or even effectively cross-examined any of the prosecution's witnesses, as opposed to the surgical destruction that the people actually did to the defense witnesses. There's no legal personnel out there who was on TV, who was even on anywhere, who thought that Nelson did anywhere close to the job that he was supposed to do. And everything that you said was 100% wrong according to the actual outcome of the case. If the guy had everybody testify against him inside the police department a whole day on use of force, everybody says that the knee on the neck was what caused this actual thing. The actual guy who came up there and testified, the defense witness who said it was carbon monoxide poisoning, that was not part of anybody's case. That's what I'm saying. He brought reasonable doubt into the courtroom, so much so that he's being sued for a previous case that's nearly likely that's close to the actual Chauvin case because he okayed the cops in a nearly similar situation. This is why the track record comes in. Because when you get on the stand and you make a fool out of yourself and you get surgically destroyed by cross-examination, by the prosecution, it brings in every single case you've ever testified against. So that witness, out of there. That guy who said he died by carbon monoxide poisoning.
He didn't say he died from carbon monoxide. I said carbon monoxide could have played a part. And hold on, and again, do me a favor. Do me a favor. I'm telling you, do me a favor, because I noticed you haven't brought up one counter that the defense has mentioned. So I'm hold on, brother. Wait. I didn't cut you off. I'll let you finish. I need you to give me one counter that the defense used against the prosecution, because I think you lying to me, brother. I think you did exactly what everybody else did, and you just watched the highlights because you're talking about size, you're talking about politics, and all I'm doing is hear you tout up and fucking big up the defense side from what you would have got from the real, and you're sounding just like some shit you would have heard from CNN and MSNBC or whatever the fuck telling you, because you're saying, bro, it's plenty of legal analysts that are on both sides that said the prosecution did a horrible job, bro. Horrible. So that what you just said, that, bro, you just showed yourself. So I'm gonna ask you politely and respectfully, sir, tell me one of the examples that the defense used against the state. And let me pick one in particular. When we talk about use of force, what was the defense's thing to get the use of force expert? What did he say to the defense in the defense's favor?
In what case? Like Mr. Fantastic. See, here's how debates go. You have to debate your side. I debate my side. You're on the defense's side. I'm on the prosecution side.
You don't know. You have to know
my job. It's not my job to defend your actual side of the argument. You have to
know the whole of the argument. So I'm gonna ask you again. Tell me something, because you say you watched the case. This is about the fucking data in the case. Tell me, and I'm asking specifically about one of the major pieces, one of the major testimonies, right? One of the major witnesses, the use of force expert. What did the use of force expert say that was in the defense's advantage? Go ahead.
I'm not here to defend that side of the argument.
So you didn't watch the case, bro.
You didn't watch the fucking case, MOT. You didn't watch the case, bro. MOT did not watch the case, y'all. I know you're trying to cherry pick something.
What he did was he watched MSNBC, the person that's getting up here talking about politics and shit.
You have to debate your side of the argument.
Told you and what MSNBC told you.
You have to debate
both sides, bro. I can tell you both sides.
You want me to say something positive about your side of the argument? That's not what I'm here to do. That's not what debates do. That's not what debates do.
No. See, no. See, you keep shooting yourself in the foot. I already told you that the pulmonologist was pretty much rock solid. And when he was cross-examined by the fucking defense, he did not turn or flip or anything. They were not able to flip his fucking testimony in their favor. So you can't use that bullshit argument either. So I'm going to ask you again, for the fucking use of force expert, what did he say when he was cross-examined by the fucking defense that was in the defense's favor?
I don't give a fuck about the defense. They lost. That's your side of the argument. I'm not here to argue your side of the argument. I'm not here to argue your side of the argument. You're trying to fucking use a red herring. I'm not here to argue your side of the argument. You lost. This dude is going to jail forever. That's what's happening, Fantastic. You lost. You're wrong.
All right, yeah. All right. So we're gonna go to SKC Ty City. The link out there. It looked like you disagreeing with Fantastic. So you can come on up. I do want the panel to be more balanced. Told MOT to send the email. I don't got Nagone or Mike V email. I did send the email to Black Torch, but
they're not coming up here to listen to this stuff, man. I guarantee you, they're not coming up here to listen to this stuff. They're not.
Okay. Shout out to Platinum Elite. Appreciate you with the super chat. The jury decides the facts of the case, not caping YouTubers or capping YouTubers. Shout out to Platinum Elite with that. We got somebody came through with $3. I appreciate you, even though I can't see it no more. Appreciate you. Try to look that up real quick. But the Swoovy is in the building with super chat. He says, "Brother, stop celebrating." Yeah. We still got sentencing then.
No, man.
I do want to talk about that. The whole
conviction is how you get to the sentencing, man.
Yeah, I know. I know. That was what I wanted to do the whole show on for a while, but I said no, we're just gonna do it for a panel. But yeah, look, if we look at the incremental things, it's like this still could go left. He still can get the bare minimum of those sentences. You see what I'm saying? So it's still not a full blown. It still might just be a symbolic victory, but
get a mistrial again, as the judge said himself in the case. So again, for all you niggas celebrating, hey, I'm wrong for now. Just saying.
Yeah, but anyway, we still got sentencing. Then we will know what's up. Till then, keep your head up and your eyes open. Yeah, but good points. Good points, Vesuvius. Shout out to you. We also got Before the Billions. Shout out to you, Bernard. Thank you for the content. You're welcome. You're welcome. Also, my man Leo Anthony in the building said, good discussion. I'm glad brothers are arguing talking points and not arguing some personal issue today. I'm going to try to keep it on talking points. And yeah, they are doing a relatively good job, so I appreciate it. All right. Appreciate everybody. All right, SKC. You got something serious to say? But go ahead.
Bernard.
Okay,
here we take this shit off the rails. I'm logging off of this stream.
Understood. SKC, keep it.
On the subject.
What is?
Keep it non-troll. Keep it non-troll.
I'm not trolling anything. I mean, I don't even see what there is to I guess debate or defend. Because at the very outset, when Mr. Fantastic asked the questions about the case and Man of Tomorrow came up and he said that it was this side or that side and injected politics, that showed me from the jump that he's not interested in justice. He's interested in politics.
Stupid motherfucker, could you fucking address it?
All right, SKC. Yes, all right, SKC. All right, I got it.
Even after you warned this retarded motherfucker, he came up here and doing exactly what the fuck you told him not to do.
Well, hold on. What did he do? He just restated what happened. Again, he was making a valid point. I even pointed that out. I pointed the same thing out. MOT came up here trying to talk about politics. What the fuck does politics have to do with criminal justice? So
we talking about something else before this. Why are we taking the conversation off of this shit? We're talking about
you took it off of this, bro. This is supposed to be about the case and criminal justice.
Fantastic.
All right. Everyday valet is more of the position of MOTs, but we're gonna go to HoodServative and then everyday valet. So HoodServative, go ahead, get ready to go. Oh shoot, Snuggles in the building. He said I would like it when people talk to each other. Please hold their passion back and let each other talk, because I'm trying to listen to understand. And Snuggles, thank you very much for that. And oh shit, I don't got it ready. God damn it. You got your own little special thing here today. Hold on. All right, we're gonna
Snuggles by show? Oh, okay.
Snuggles what?
Oh, you got a special video for Snuggles?
She has a special thing. Here we go.
Hi, I'm Snuggle. Snuggly softness. That's really less expensive.
All right.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Shout out to Snuggles. All right, go ahead, HoodServative, you got it.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thanks for having me on. I'm gonna come in respectfully before the bombs get thrown. But I don't understand this whole issue with reasonable doubt. I really don't get what's so difficult to really grasp and why it's so hard to even let the argument get fleshed out fully. One, an enlarged heart is a serious medical issue, point blank. Whether it was enlarged because of constant years of drug use or some other, malady he had going on is a side issue. You have a severely enlarged heart. I mean, the prosecution, it was so weak and goofy. They could not argue facts in their closing. They literally said it wasn't that Floyd's heart was too big. It was that Chauvin's heart was too small. That is not a legal argument.
And they said it could have been an enlarged heart. Who knows?
Who knows, right? How is it that if you're the prosecution, you can't say shit like it could have been the enlarged heart? Who knows? That is you introducing reasonable doubt as the prosecution. You fucking idiots. Your own witnesses, your own defense expert who testified against Chauvin was forced to admit that in his time as an enforcement officer, he held suspects down until the medics arrived. So your 9 minutes is that. That 9 minutes is very well him doing established police procedure that has been testified by the prosecution's witness. Your own prosecution witness says that, yeah, I've pretty much done that. Yeah, that guy fucked up, but I've done that though. Come on, man. And the whole thing about his best friend, the man that claimed George Floyd was my mentor, and I was gonna be his voice. I was gonna speak for that man. He bitched up and took the fifth because he didn't want to get tagged with the murder charge. More reasonable doubt, bro. And listen, if you want to argue that you think the man killed him, so be it. You're allowed to think that, but you can't tell me there's no such thing as reasonable doubt.
That's not what the question is. You literally have changed everything to reasonable doubt. There was people who testified on the stand to medical certainty. All three of them did. The actual pulmonologist testified to a reasonable medical certainty. That outweighs reasonable doubt. The second
no, it
person,
doesn't.
like, what?
And now you're using, Bernard, bro. Bernard. So hold on, Bernard. So I asked this man about something specifically, right? For the to understand where his knowledge of the full debate, discussion, case, or whatnot, what I had to tell you. He was not able to give me one thing that countered his part of the argument. But I said what he's doing now.
Let me tell you what you're trying to do. This is fantastic.
He's cherry picking and taking what I said because it supports his argument, and I'm being a full outright and just fucking full faith and being honest and saying the only medical professional that wasn't fucking flipped or pretty much didn't change his testimony was the pulmonologist. So now he's gonna motherfucking big up the pulmonologist, but he's not gonna talk about what the coroner said, talking about there was no fucking subcutaneous or surface fucking bruises for the neck shit. The fucking same coroner that said there's no way that you can block a person's artery from getting fucking oxygen to the vein, even if you did do it, which he said he wasn't doing it because there was no evidence of it. Anybody's gonna say knee on the neck, bro, you have no motherfucking reason to be here or talk about anything. Knee of the neck was fucking disproven, okay? Knee on the neck was fucking disproven. Like fucking said, man, listen, that it's all MOT keeps saying this, all he brought was reasonable doubt. That's all you need. What do you?
That is literally what our justice system is built on. And as a member of law enforcement, how do you throw that out the window, bro? You can't be a cop not believing in reasonable doubt. What the fuck is that for law enforcement?
All right, we're gonna go to MOT, then we're gonna go to everyday valet. Calvin 82 in the building. He says, "Fantastic. Do you think it would have been better if he had a bench trial?" I guess you can answer that one real quick.
Yeah, that's the only way he could have had a fair trial, man. Like I said, all of the public pressure, political, racial tensions, pressure of fucking violence and all this other shit. Yeah, man. The only way he had a chance at a fucking fair trial, and then they even they refused to what do you call it? Put the fucking trial in another city. All of this shit, man. Yeah, that's the only way he's gonna halfway have a deep trial.
All right. Hamilcar Barca. Hopefully I said your name right. He said, I'm glad the justice was served, but we gotta wait till he is sentenced. Yep, said that earlier. We kill each other every day. That's what we need to focus on. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. All right, and Skizzy 215 says, okay, here we go. Sore losers. The American justice system has spoken.
Again, I did not lose. You fucking
All right, we're going back to MOT.
Listen, nobody said that on the Rodney King trial. Nobody was like black people are sore losers for the Rodney King trial either. So you know.
All right, I don't want MOT to lose the response to something that Fantastic said.
Okay.
Right, hopefully you held your thought. Go ahead.
Okay, Mr. Fantastic, let me tell you what you're attempting to do that I'm not going to play the game with you with. you're trying to attempt to get me to say something positive about your side of the argument. That's not how debates work. It's your job to uphold your side of the argument. Remember, your side did not win. Your side did not win. They did not prove their case beyond reasonable doubt. The side that I'm on had people who testified to a degree of medical certainty. Pulmonologist, medical certainty, direct question, no cross-examination.
When you openly abandon honesty, your side is faltered. You abandon honesty. You admit that. You admit to abandoning honesty.
Whoa. Let him go. Let him on to you. Let him on to you lay it out.
Okay, so because I'm about to leave because I can't deal with these motherfuckers. So I'm not gonna say anything positive about your side of the case because you have to defend your side of the case, not me. Like, it wasn't the prosecution's job to say things positive about the defense. That was not their job. And that's why I don't do those type of things. In a debate, it's verse. That's what it is. I'm on one side, you're on the other side, you have to defend your side. Now, reasonable doubt. There is something higher than reasonable doubt. And then there's medical certainty. That's why you brought up the experts in the first place. The 3 medical experts, the pulmonologist, medical certainty, described how and had graphics about the lungs and how it works and how airflow that was done by the actual knee on the neck. Once the doctor at the hospital, the guy who pronounced him dead in the first place, found out the entire story, he pronounced him dead, and he said the most likely scenario, given everything that he knows, was asphyxiation. Then you had the coroner, the actual coroner, because if the coroner did not say that the guy died within reasonable certainty, it was on the top of the actual death certificate itself, the primary causes. Primary cause was law enforcement restraint, neck compression, and I forgot the other word that they threw in there. So that's medical certainty. That far outweighs reasonable doubt. And then you have the defense witness who came up and who inserted another possible thing when it came to carbon monoxide poisoning. And then they had to recall the pulmonologist to actually say whether or not that's true. And they actually found out that that was not true. Medical certainty and all of those things. So I don't know what else y'all got. You know what? I could just sit here and mute and just allow y'all to,
okay, bro. Again, there was no medical certainty. There was no medical certainty. All that's theoretical because again, unless you were there, you had him hooked up to an EKG, to a motherfucking oxygen saturation, all these things, all that is theoretical. So there's no such thing as fucking medical certainty, sir, when you're not fucking actually there for the person to get any fucking vital signs while they're actually alive. All this is speculative and theoretical. So stop with the medical certainty shit, bro. I do this for real, and you know it. For the dummies in the chat that fucking believe you, you know you shoot some bullshit, bro. And that's and like I've said, man, we gonna have a fucking debate. You ain't gotta even say shit for my side. I don't need your help because I'm still slaughtering you in this shit. Again, every person that you said talking about the medical experts, except for the pulmonologist, was flipped and turned in favor of the fucking defense. Even to the point of where the coroner said there was no fucking, he was not caused by the fucking knee on the neck. And you said you helped me out by saying this. The only reason why he said homicide and fucking sit on the knee on the neck because he was told that by the police report, and he went by what he fucking said, what he was told by the police report. Before that, like I said, and the defense also got him to admit, and another medical expert said, hey, had I walked up on George Floyd and not known the situation, whatever, he would have died from a drug overdose, but you're leaving that out. So again, bro, I do this shit for real. I actually watched the fucking trial. I actually motherfucking put hours and upon hours on this shit to see what the fuck was going on. This has nothing to do with motherfucking you niggas talking about loss or win or whatnot, what have you. I have an understanding of what justice is supposed to be. Reasonable doubt is all you need. And MOT up here saying like all they brought was reasonable doubt. God damn it, that's all you motherfucking need to fucking disprove a criminal case.
All right, we're
98% oxygen saturation.
We're gonna go to everyday valet. Go ahead, you got the floor, you got the mic.
All right, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna park my truck real quick.
All right, well, mute up while you do that. SKC with the super chat, he says, be honest, MOT isn't interested in justice. This is about having a political win. When he said choosing side, those wrong, right. Hold on. He said when choosing a side, those wrong, right-wing people, etc. All right, SKC, you said it, you got it out, but I'm just trying to avoid going back there because then it'll just turn into just a petty back and forth and not talking about the trial. But okay, I get
a medical expert, 98% oxygen saturation. Why is that not included in your argument about medical consensus? That is not medical consensus when you can testify that he had 98% oxygen saturation, but you also claim he died from a knee on the neck. A knee will not give you 98%
to the brain.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, a knee on the neck won't give you that, but fentanyl shutting down your respiratory system will.
Everyday Valet, are you ready?
I have a question.
Yes, sir. I'm ready. I appreciate you guys. I just want to say very entertaining. It helps me get through the day. But all I wanted to say was all I can really do is reinforce what the gentleman before me was saying, not the guy who just spoke. I don't know how Fantastic is downplaying medical experts' testimonies, saying that you got to be there in order to know exactly what happened. That's asinine. But all I can do is reinforce what the gentleman said before. I'm looking at the statement, and I did look at bits and pieces of the trial. I can't say that I watched the whole thing. I didn't have time to do that, but I did tune into it. It does state here, Dr. Mike Turbin was one of the experts who testified, and he stated that Floyd did die from a lack of oxygen, and it was results of the knee being on the neck. He also mentioned the drugs also being in his system. That says it does slow down your breathing. But he said that did not that did not cause the death of George Floyd. I mean, if you want to look up, all you got to do is research it and see what the experts actually say. Experts are experts for a reason, because we value what they say, and we value their opinions on the matter because they've done the research. So I don't know where the argument is, you know.
Reasonable doubt.
MOT got a screen share ready to go.
Yeah. Wait. Before you bring it up, Mr. Fantastic said that there was no questions about medical certainty. Could you clear up your question about medical certainty, Fantastic, before I bring up this screen that you brought up earlier?
The statement I said about medical certainty?
Yeah, there's no such thing as
medical certainty. Medical certainty, theorizing or making any type of postulations or calculations or whatnot concerning someone when they're dead versus when they're alive, is theoretical. There's no way for you to prove it, bro. Again, especially for the pulmonologist, he didn't even have any type of his vital signs or blood or any of this stuff. He wasn't on the scene. He wasn't there. He's doing all this post-mortem, bro. Post-mortem.
But that's your job, though. That's a coroner's job.
Still. And what is that? It's theory. It's not fact. It's theory.
Okay, so you're saying that when coroners declare somebody dead?
No. I'm not gonna let you do that. No. We're talking about the pulmonologist. We're not talking about the coroner. The coroner has actual physical hands-on and readings and things he's able to take to make his summation of any and everything. He's actually there. He's involved. The pulmonologist had none of that. The pulmonologist is an outside third party who was giving certain information. He was giving things, whatnot, and then he makes a fucking hypothesis or a theory about what happened in the current, the state the person was in at whatever point that he's being asked about. Come on, bro, don't play with me. I do this for real.
Like, Mr. Fantastic, you can't gallop your way through shit by just claiming that you won when you haven't even proven your point. Could you actually show the screenshot there? Could you show it? We're not playing the video.
Do I need to move?
Yeah.
Shout out to Body Thug. Appreciate the super chat. I can't. Shit. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Mr. Fantastic, could you read what's on the screen
there? Cardiologist Chauvin that high degree of medical certainty, Floyd did not die of heart attack. Okay.
So what is your argument?
Okay, so hold on. So wait.
A high degree is not consensus.
Bernard, so can you make it all the way so we can see what the source is? Enlarge it or move it up so we can see where the source came from.
This is the Hill.
Okay, so
they're only repeating.
Hold on. So again, we have MOT bringing politics back into this again and giving you motherfucking a narrative of what you want to have from one side. Proving he doing exactly the thing he said he didn't want done. Okay, What the fuck does a title mean? How about you play it through and let us hear the fucking the defense cross-examine what the fuck he said? How about that? A title don't mean shit, bro. Again, I'm not no rookie up here, man. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, you always make good arguments, fantastic, but a lot of your logic is off, man. Like sometimes you are so good with your logic, but then sometimes it's like
MOT. You got I am not going to lay down for people that don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I'm not saying you're supposed to lay down, but like, come on, man. Like you downplaying experts' opinions on the matter.
Case.
But you're not giving no reasonable doubt.
Does this not go to my original point?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
Exactly. MOT is doing exactly what he said he didn't want done by fucking bringing up fucking political fucking narrative and bullshit.
But I'm the one that's trolling though. But I'm the one that's trolling though.
Yeah. We're talking about this case.
All right.
We're talking about this case. Stop trying to get out everywhere else.
He's throwing out red herrings. He's throwing out red herrings. He's just trying to change the mode.
Reasonable doubt is not a red herring. It's legal standard, and you both admit reasonable doubt is there. What the hell is wrong with that?
I need this question asked. Hold on, HoodServative. So Bernard, what does a fucking out of context title of a YouTube video prove in any way, shape, form, or fashion?
This is the cardiologist that testified during the trial, and this is the summation of what he said. High degree of certainty, which means more likely than other factors that he did not die from a heart attack.
So again, you just proved my point.
I didn't just prove your point. What are you talking about? I'm not on your side. I'm not on your side, dude. No.
1,000% guarantee that George Floyd did not die from a heart attack. Did he?
It doesn't have to be 1,000%. It doesn't have to be 1,000%.
Like, come on, man. Like,
that's exactly the problem. That's exactly the problem.
Beyond a reasonable doubt.
Anything less than 100 is not consensus, and it is also reasonable doubt once it's less than 100%. You're pulling your own argument from under you. You can't say it's consensus, and you can't say you have consensus, and when the shit on the screen is playing word games about consensus, a high degree is not consensus. That means you can have 90%, but the 10 guys that are disagreeing could be right.
Mention what the defense did. You're purposely not mentioning his testimony against the defense when cross-examined.
It's your job to defend that side of the argument, not my side.
What was that then? What was that then? Fantastic. You said he's not mentioning. You said he's not mentioning something about.
He's not mentioning the defense of the cross-examination. Again, all these people.
Okay, what happened in the cross-examination,
bro? Again, he's giving up this lame excuse because MOT didn't watch the trial either, y'all.
What happened? What happened in the cross-examination? Tell us what happened.
Hold on. What happened in the cross-examination? What happened in the
picking up a fucking thing from the Hill? Not even CNN or CNBC or NBC or anything. It's the fucking Hill. Stop it, man. A fucking left-wing goddamn.
Here we go. Just Gallup.
What happened, Fantastic? What did that say, Fantastic?
What happened, Fantastic? Fantastic.
Why is this about politics? It's not about politics, bro. This is about the fucking facts and evidence.
All right, what happened during the cross-examination?
Yeah.
No major media outlet is actually highlighting the defense arguments. That's the problem. And you're doing this, and we're playing the same game right here as if the defense came in like three blind mice. No, they actually put up good arguments and they cross-examined the shit out of the prosecution's witnesses, and people don't know that happened. That's the problem with the liberal media and bringing up these fucking things from the Hill.
What did he state? What did they state? What did the defense state? Please tell us that, and please, nobody let Fantastic off the hook. Let them state it, please.
Well, everyday valet. It's not about being on the hook. The idea is.
Can you let the man answer the question?
I'm answering it. I'm answering it. If you were actually interested in justice, you would want to know both sides.
Okay, so that's why we're allowing Fantastic to explain what happened. Yeah. Please let Fantastic explain what happened. Fantastic, you watched it, so tell us what happened.
Bro, this is where they brought up the enlarged heart situation and his fucking hypertension and all these other things. Don't fucking play with me, dumbass nigga.
Okay, so what did they say? What did they say?
No, you asked the question. Shut the fuck up and let me answer it. No, you actually said, "Don't get me off the hook." So don't let me off the hook. Shut the fuck up and let me talk. You whole ass nigga.
All the ad hominems, all of that shit don't matter. You fucking probably didn't watch it.
Don't even come up in here with ad hominems everyday valet.
That's what he's doing. He didn't even answer the question.
Bro.
Answer the question.
This whole thing started with ad hominems.
Answer the question, please. Fantastic.
They brought the fucking
He's doing everything but answering the question. He's doing
Please
everything
answer the question, Fantastic.
He's asking questions that he can't even answer himself.
What are you talking about? I just answered it for the third time. Are y'all dead?
He did. He gave a short, brief answer, and then he cussed everyday valet out. But he did give a short, brief answer.
It was a typical answer. He didn't get into it. He didn't get into it.
But no,
please explain in detail what he said.
I did hear him. Can
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so why y'all act like y'all can't hear me? Stop talking. Again, I'm gonna answer.
Oh, nigga,
what the defense?
He's emotional. He's emotional.
Why the fuck are you talking?
All right, go ahead, Fantastic. Go ahead.
So they brought up his enlarged heart and his hypertension. That's what they did.
And I think he said that, and then he started cussing everybody out, and y'all act like he didn't say that.
He didn't know this, Bernard. Bernard, why is somebody up here that don't know none of the information? MOT's I'm not all the way in the same boat this dummy is, but MOT's in the same boat. MOT proved it by bringing up fucking The Hill. He didn't even bring up an official news source, bro, with a bullshit ass fucking title. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
Okay.
What is that?
Let me tell you why I brought up.
They put no side.
Okay,
Fantastic.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it's very key and clear that it was great that you said that while this is actually on the screen. What The Hill is doing here is doing nothing but replaying somebody's testimony. And the summation of the testimony is actually in the title. So when you keep bringing up the enlarged heart, the cardiologist, the person who deal with hearts, say that that's not what happened. He didn't die because of a heart event that was unrelated to the low oxygen. That's what he was stuttering.
You're stuttering for a reason. Because
no,
let him go, Fantastic. Let him go. Let him talk. You gotta let him talk, Fantastic.
Is a toxic report a red herring?
Wait, whoa. Let him go. Let him talk. Go ahead.
Yes, the yes yellow fallacy. That's what Mr. Fantastic goes off of, man. He can't argue the point to point. All right, Ray Clemens got super chat. So because I want to read the actual title and see why videos. It doesn't matter if I pulled up Fox News. Fox News have the actual videos as well. That has every single one of these people was asked within a degree of medical certainty. What happened? Was it due to the low oxygen thanks to the neck compression by the actual officer, or did he die of other reasons due to drugs? Those are the two sides here. So while you still argue heart attack was the case, this guy said otherwise. This is an expert, one of the 5 experts that came up there. You don't have a case. Because if you did, the jury would have been swayed. That's it. It's not hard.
Okay, let me throw this out there, and I mean this is almost irrelevant because the trial is over. But drugs by themselves more than likely wouldn't have killed him that day, and it's been actually proven by a lot of people. Steven Crowder proved it. The knee on the neck on a healthy person that wouldn't kill him. So it was a combination of the drugs and the knee.
Hold on. Bernard,
I think we all can agree on that one.
No, Bernard, respectfully. Bernard, respectfully. No, you're wrong on the drugs. That's the thing. I'm telling you had. I don't know why he's laughing. Again, when one of the same experts he's talking about, she said, had she came up upon George Floyd without any of the police things involved, she would have ruled it as an overdose. Medical professional, but you see, because MOT saying,
you gotta have details before you rule things.
Oh my God!
Let Fantastic lay it out. Let Fantastic lay this out.
But then, because MOT's claiming he's not going to help my argument, even though it's actually because he didn't probably watch the case and he didn't see it, he's not going to bring that up. There are several medical professionals that brought up the fact of the matter that he had a lethal dose of fucking fentanyl in his system. And on top of it, because of the heart condition, when the coroner was asked, well, hey, doesn't amphetamine help speed up your heart? Well, yeah. So the speed up heart and your slow breathing wouldn't that have a reduction in things? Well, yes. So again, like I said, Bernard, respectfully, what you're saying is inaccurate when it comes to the drugs. There were several people that gave testimonies concerning the drugs that if the drugs in the system could have been enough to kill him alone.
Even though the experts
disagree with
right.
Hold on, one more thing.
I'm sorry, I want to make sure. Hold on, wait. I want to make sure I understood what you're saying right now. I apologize. I was reading stuff while you was talking and trying to do two things at one time. So you're saying that that had he took those drugs and then just sat on his couch and watched The Price is Right, he would have still died.
No, that's what the medical examiner said.
Listen. Hold on. Let me answer it. No, listen, Bernard. This is where people get messed up. You can't say anything of certainty. Okay, the doctor said he could have, just like they say with the cardiologist and all these other things, could have or couldn't have. You don't know anything of certain. People die every day, Bernard, for the weirdest shit. What they're saying is a highly more likely. I'm gonna use what MOT said. This is what MOT uses this loaded ass fucking title right here. They were saying more than likely from the drugs alone, especially fentanyl, he could have died from an overdose. It was said by at least two, if not three of the three of the medical professionals.
You're right. He could have, but he didn't die until his deal was
how do you know?
Oh my God! Y'all
How do you
keep
know?
getting the case for me. Reasonable doubt. Anytime you say he could have, that's reasonable doubt. That's
but he didn't. He died from a knee on his neck. That's how he died.
Those same medical examiners, they said the limit. They say the fatal limit is a 0.7 nanograms per limit. He had at 0.11, bro. He was way past the fatal dose. The medically testified fatal dose, he was at least 4 measures higher than the fatal dose. This is also medical testimony that was introduced in the trial. And then all I'm saying here is you can't tell me there's no reasonable doubt here. You can believe what you want, but you can't just throw out the argument that he had absolutely nothing to prove his case.
Yeah, you invited him up here.
I mean,
I don't see what's funny. Again, it's like y'all again, bro. Listen, I'm gonna say this, bro.
No, AC, get up here, AC.
I'm gonna say this, bro, and this is what I'm gonna say. Listen, you niggas and shout out to MOT, respectfully, it's still cool. It is what it is, but MOT, you are the same niggas you claim you hate, bro. All right.
Nope.
You are.
Yes,
you are.
You see it now, right?
You're the same niggas you claim you hate because, again, you're making this a race thing. You make this a politics thing, bro. You're talking about justice. All of that is off the table. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. From the justice aspect of it, you understand how the fucking criminal justice fucking system works. Reasonable doubt is how this shit's supposed to go. For all you niggas that's thinking this shit is a win for you, again, like I said, when the next black man or whoever the fuck gets in here and they do the same thing to him, don't come crying. Don't be doing the what's the name because it's all fair game. The destruction of the fucking criminal justice or just the justice system at all, bro, as to where you go on your emotions, your feelings, all this shit, nobody wins. So again, you niggas chuckle it up and 420s were yesterday. I hope you still, got your buzz going and drink it up and do all the rest of this shit. And look for that George Floyd killer got found guilty check in the mail. Wait for it. I swear it's coming. So you niggas have a nice day.
That's another thing. How is this a win for black people? Like, what do we win?
Well, hold on, Hood. From the very beginning, that's why I say I don't know why you thought I was trolling, Bernard. But the conversation as a whole, people, you can play it off as much as you want, but a lot of people in this conversation, they're not interested in justice. They're not, because if you're interested in justice, you're interested in hearing both sides of argument. But when you have people that are just coming up and saying, "Oh no, it was this. What's the other side of it?" Well, I don't know. It ain't no. It's like, dude, you're not interested in justice. You have ulterior motives, and you want to have some type of win. That's it.
Oh, and furthermore, hold on, SKC. Hold on, hey, dude, can anybody tell me how many black police officers were killed between the fucking George Floyd trial
and
the
West?
Black lives don't matter. That's coon shit. Those coon niggas. Those black lives don't count.
How is that relevant? How is that relevant or even correlated to this case? Like,
hold on, AC, hold on, real quick. I agree with you. that technically that don't got nothing to do with the case. So, AC, I believe you came up. You came up to talk.
I can explain how it does.
I understand. You're talking about black people just
not giving a fuck. Exactly.
Yes, I understand that, and that's a separate debate. And I'm with you on that one. Fantastic. The black people, yeah, we Black Lives Matter when they get killed by a white person in a blue uniform. I get it. I'm with you on that. But I want to see what AC got to say about the case.
For me, I think that it was a just verdict. I think the swiftness of the verdict showed that the defense had no case. They had no case to stand on, and to try, they did the normal, the usual suspect shit. Sully his name, introduce drugs, introduce the probability of fentanyl overdose, and all these things were quickly debunked by the prosecution witnesses, who were professionals in their areas of expertise, who brought evidence forth that showed that this was a pulmonary thing, that breathing, his lungs, these things were void of air. That's why he died. It had nothing to do with fentanyl and the probability, and it could have been a probable cause. That had nothing to do with it. They couldn't prove that. Right? The prosecution proved their case. They proved that this man committed wanton murder, right? That's what they proved. So all this Wednesday morning quarterbacking of saying, well, it could have been fentanyl, reasonable doubt, this, that, and the third, those things were not properly presented in court to where the jury found those ideas to be worthy of consideration when they took upon themselves whether he was guilty or not. I mean, and it's like, I understand you guys have this thing, and when black people get in this predicament, you look at their history and things of that nature, and you try to sully him. But let's just look at justice was played itself out yesterday. It was a trial. He was judged in front of his peers. Everything was done the way you guys want things to be done, and now y'all have a problem with the verdict.
You feel better, bro?
Like, I don't understand. The gaslight, man.
Do you feel better? You guys are the ones upset. Our side is not in the street right now. Cut that shit out. The right side is not. The right wing is not out in the street. That's y'all still in y'all feelings right now, literally in the streets. Y'all not happy. That's my point. Y'all niggas want. Y'all not happy.
Do you feel better?
You guys are not happy. You guys are not happy. We're not on here. You guys are not happy.
But wait a minute. Didn't he make a decent point that y'all be like, it goes to the court. There's a trial. There's a fair trial. Blah 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 blah. A verdict was reached. That's the law. God bless America. Like,
who's in the street right now, bro? Who's out in the street? On the right or the left? Cut that shit out about right wingers are mad about justice. Y'all side is out burning shit out right now. Y'all burning churches and shit. So we mad though.
This is important. Hold on, this is important. So again, AC, you can hear me, bro?
Yes, I can hear you, big bro.
Okay, what's up, bro? What's going on with you? So Did you hear what the judge said concerning Maxine Waters?
Yes, I heard that. And the judge was correct in that.
What did he say?
Was correct in that.
Has nothing to do with the case. Again, another red herring.
MOT.
Hold on. Let me get at that. Let me get at that real quick.
Wait. I need. Okay, fantastic. Hold on. Fantastic is going down the path. Go ahead, fantastic.
Bernard. So again, see, when MOT does this right now, for the idiots that don't know and don't follow the trial, he just lied again. It has everything to do with the case.
Everything to do with it.
Because
if the jury is sequestered, they would have never heard those comments from the judge. The judge brought it up.
No.
Again, all right. Lay out. Hold on. Just explain for the people that don't know. Explain what the judge said
on the record to say, from that alone of fucking her making those requests, that is not only grounds for appeal, but a mistrial.
It's not a ground for appeal. Hold on. Let me correct that real quick. Let me correct that real quick.
How are you going to correct what the judge said?
Real quick, brother, correct that, please. It didn't set neither a grounds for appeal or a mistrial, but what it did.
That's what the judge said.
All right. But the judges.
Let me just get it out.
Okay. Listen. Time out.
This is why I
know. Fantastic. We could. Fantastic. We couldn't. Hold on. Fantastic. We can't hear you. We can't hear you when you start talking. When everybody else talking, it's like your mic.
So listen, I'll tell you, Bernard. The judge said on the official record that is his grounds for appeal in a mistrial.
No, listen, he didn't say it. Listen, the lawyer, the defense attorney asked for a mistrial based on the statement. He denied him that, but he did give him this. He said, listen, just on her statements alone, you have enough, to set forth an appeal, right? To pull in for an appeal. And he was correcting that. He was correcting that because her words.
Say the whole thing.
What do you mean?
What's the whole thing?
On a mistrial.
No, he denied him the defense. Listen, bro,
denied the motion for a mistrial.
Bro,
he requested the mistrial. He did.
Fantastic. He asked for a mistrial.
Hold on.
Fantastic. You gotta chill, bro.
All right, hold on. Wait a minute.
Fantastic. He asked for a mistrial. He did. He was denied his request for a mistrial.
Other thing and not the whole. He said.
I'm saying the whole thing. He asked for a mistrial.
All right, fantastic. Hold on. Wait, time out. Fantastic. What's the whole thing?
Ground for appeal and a mistrial.
Right, I just said that, but what you have to understand is he asked for the mistrial and was denied that, and that's when he did. Listen,
I'm done. Oh my God, I'm
fantastic. You keep jumping in when he's trying to respond to you. He's trying to respond to you. Let's hear what he got to say.
He denied him his grounds on a mistrial, but in doing that, that's when he gave him the speech about, listen, I don't like what she did. I think it was a travesty of justice, and she's giving you enough room to seek an appeal, but he denied him the mistrial. He tried to get him.
He's being purposely fucking what's the name, bro. He said grounds for appeal and a mistrial. Even though he denied it now. He can still request a fucking mistrial.
He was giving him.
You could just play the tape, you know. You could just find the clip and play it.
You have to listen, bro. He was giving him that speech while denying him the appeal. I mean, denying him a grounds for a mistrial. That's why he said, now you don't really have a grounds for a mistrial, but she did open a door for an appeal. That's what he was saying to him, bro. That's what he was trying to explain to him, why I can't give you the mistrial, but her big ass mouth did give you the room for an appeal.
That's what Fantastic just said.
No, man, whatever.
He didn't just say that. Like,
I'm sorry that you guys. I'm sorry that you like Fantastic. I can talk to Fantastic. You other guys, you fans and you cheerleaders coming from the side. I can't. Like that makes no sense to me.
What are we cheering for?
Like pop shots, and you're not saying anything.
What are we cheering for?
What he's talking about, and you really don't have any facts because
I
he's
haven't
not
said
really
anything.
presenting anything counter. He's just saying this what was presented based on Maxine Waters.
I haven't said anything, AC.
About that.
Well,
I
have my orange pom poms.
All right.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. With the skirt to go.
All right. Let's try to keep it more one at a time going forward. Obsidian, what's your thoughts on the trial and whatnot?
Okay. All right. So good morning, everybody. Well, hey.
A lot of things got quiet.
Yeah, good morning. Hey.
Yeah. All right. So as you know, Bernard, I don't generally get into these type of topics, but given the gravity of this particular instance, I think I should say something. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm not interested in relitigating the case. In my opinion, as an American citizen, the courts have spoken. Now, could there be a mistrial? Sure. Could there be something on appeal? Sure. But as far as I'm concerned, where we stand right now, former police officer Derrick Chauvin has been found guilty on all counts. The courts have spoken. As far as I'm concerned, the matter is settled. Now, here's the real question moving forward. My understanding is that this case, and I'm following the lead of President Biden, question mark. I'm following his lead, that this is a step in the right direction for police reform, right? That is being presented as the civil rights issue of our era, police reform. Okay. So my question then becomes, all right, what does police reform look like?
Accountability.
Okay, so let's
all right,
so let's
personal accountability.
better training. But listen,
Hang
better
on.
training. That's what you guys talk about on here all the
Criminal
time.
accountability.
Like
Nigga accountability.
That's the whole
That's
thing.
what police reform looks
Hold on,
like.
hey, let's see. Let's hold on. Go ahead, Obsidian.
So in the chat room, I'm posting up a article from the Philadelphia Inquirer, December 20th, 2020. We have had reformers here in the city over the past few years. One would be Mr. Larry Krasner, current Attorney General. Another would be Miss Danielle Outlaw, current Police Commissioner, first Black female Police Commissioner in the city of Philadelphia. According to the article that I am now posting in the chat room from the Philadelphia Inquirer, there have been, and I'm quoting from the article in brief, 8,500 shootings since the year 2015. Suspects have been charged in only 1 out of every 5 cases and convicted in just 9%. Only 21% of the 8,500 shootings in Philadelphia since 2015 have resulted in an arrest or conviction. That rate is even lower in some more violence-prone neighborhoods, such as East Germantown. I know it well because I grew up on the west side of Germantown, where it's like night and day. Arrests in only 12% of the shootings, or in South Philadelphia West, where it's only 16%. Mr. Krasner, since taking office, has taken his foot off the gas on dealing with gun crime.
That's not true, Obsidian. Don't do that. I live here. I live here. A lot of these guys don't live in this area. So me and you live in the same place. So don't do that. Like
let him lay it out. Let him lay it out. Let him lay it out.
I understand the same, but this is two different things. And they try to do this. Like they try to
I know. I know.
He on your side, AC.
Still on the panel. Why is he still here?
Nobody likes to talk about the black people who die. That's so fucked up. We don't care about the people who died. Last night, I covered 9 kids got shot at one time last night. I covered that shit. None of you niggas give a fuck about that. 9 kids get shot at one time. God damn. Won't let me do a stream on that shit, though.
Stop it. Let's chill for a second. Now, that did get brought up earlier in HoodServative. I'm with you. I said it once. And Black Lives Matter when they get killed when the life gets taken by a white person. That's how it is. That's how black people react to things. And when that was brought up earlier in the show, I squashed it because I wanted to just try to work out whether or not we thought or can come to a consensus whether or not they got it right or got it wrong. And I think there was
I like to
fine, and I think hold on. And I think there was fine arguments on both sides. Now we hashed that out. Fantastic, not on the panel. Obsidian kind of taking a different direction, so we can let's temporarily go down this rabbit hole and see where we end up. But we want to go back to relitigate.
But you still got lunatics on the panel, and they're going to keep saying.
Let me get it after old man.
Every time that opened his mouth, he said the same shit. Every time SKC opened his mouth, he said the same shit. Every time that HoodServative,
I haven't even spoke yet.
He said the same shit. So
I haven't even spoke yet.
So if you already set a standard, and these people keep going against those standards, why the fuck are these motherfuckers here?
Okay.
Why are you still here?
My man is a lunatic.
Well, I like new shit.
Chill. All right, go ahead, Obsidian.
All right, so continuing with the article from the Philadelphia Inquirer, quote: conviction rates for non-fatal shootings and illegal gun possession have fallen since District Attorney Larry Krasner took office in 2018, according to data published by his office. Some police commanders also complain that repeat offenders now routinely get low bail or shorter sentences for gun crimes. Still, Outlaw, that's Danielle Outlaw, current police commissioner, first Black female police commissioner, acknowledged that the police department is primarily responsible for building investigations to get suspected shooters off the street, and the failure to secure justice in the vast majority of gun violence cases, she said, was very concerning for obvious reasons, end quote. Now, again, I invite everybody listening, because Supreme King Coon makes a powerful point.
Here we go. We're not talking about the case. We're talking about a specific case, not all this other stuff.
Hey, can you put your tampon back in, bro?
It's a separate issue.
Why you telling me to chill? Why you telling me to chill?
Listen, man, you can't even talk about the case. All this other shit has nothing to do with the case. None of this shit has anything to do with the case.
It's not us with the emotion, Bernard.
All right.
Nothing to do with this case.
MOT, I was just going to let Obsidian go down his rabbit hole.
Obsidian is doing the same thing that SKC is doing. He's doing a longer version of it. We're talking about a specific case here.
And we was gonna go back to the.
How am I doing that when I said?
My God, we're talking about a specific case.
Everyone,
we're talking about the Chauvin trial.
Listen. We're getting away from what Obsidian point was. He was talking about reform. What does reform look like? So what he's trying to do is use what he perceived as a failure of prosecuting gun crimes in Philadelphia as a measure of reform, which is not. Krasner didn't come as a reform.
Y'all haven't even let the man finish.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong in what I'm saying? Am I wrong in what I'm saying?
You are wrong in what you're saying because this has nothing to do with what this case is about. This case is about the Chauvin trial. This is not about all the shit that's going to happen before, after. None of that. That's not true. The Chauvin trial. Read the actual.
But that's not true. That's not true.
On the live stream.
Read the
goddamn title.
They're using the false narratives and the false analogies to undermine the conversation.
Of course they are. And I'm saying it in a long form way. And you got all these lunatics flanked on it, doing it the other way. How come we're not talking about
We're talking about reform, right?
Exactly what I'm undermining.
Because we're talking about reform. We're talking about the Chauvin trial. Obsidian, when we're talking about police reform, we're not talking about actual catching criminals. We're talking about accountability. We're talking about the accountability within the ranks of the police department, having a more professional, having a more objective police department that doesn't necessarily have a blue wall of silence for the bad apples within the ranks. That's what we're talking about when we talk about reform. Reform does not correlate to crime rates. Reform does not correlate. It does correlate if you get a better police department, but that's not what reform is about. Reform is not attached to criminality. Reform is attached to responsibility within the police department. So when you hear police reform, you can't bring in ideas and notions about whether or not Krasner and Michelle Outlaw is doing a good job prosecuting gun crimes in Philadelphia. That's a separate argument, which does not correlate to the overall idea of police reform. And I don't understand why you guys are not dumb guys. You guys are very intelligent guys.
Come on, bro.
So when you have conversations, I don't understand.
All right, let me jump on that right there. Let me jump on that.
Let me finish my statement.
Can I jump on that real quick, old man?
Hey, Derrick Chauvin trial verdict panel. That's what it says on the title.
That was a fair point.
Why are we talking about other shit other than that directly?
I'll respond to AC.
I can answer your question, Moti, because the president of the United States said that this is a step in the right direction for police reform. That's why.
That's after the case.
But hold on, MOT. Hold on, real quick. I hear you, MOT, but you're talking about crime stats. Police reform and crime stats are two separate things. Obsidian.
I will answer your question.
Listen.
All right. He want to answer
you, AC.
AC, he want to answer your question.
I will answer your question.
He want to answer your question. Obsidian, can you connect those two? If you can, go ahead.
Larry Krasner ran on a reform platform. His idea was to take a different approach toward crime. I am reading the results of his reforms.
That's criminal reform, not police reform. Obsidian.
Okay.
That's two different things. Okay. Larry didn't come. Hold on. We're in the same area. We watch the same AB66 news.
I'm a lifelong Philadelphian.
News.
I am a lifelong Philadelphian.
What's the difference between Trent and
I was born here. Wait a minute. I was born here. I was raised here. I live here. And I'm saying that under the woke, progressive,
here we go.
Minded view can I finish? Under the woke, progressive view, Philadelphia, Black Philadelphia in particular, has gotten demonstrably worse. I am asking a question. Shout out to Heather McDonald, who coined the phrase the Ferguson effect. What does police reform look like in real time?
Police reform looks like in real time putting leaders. Police reform looks like in real time putting leaders in position to attack crime like the correct way. You may have to bend the rules sometimes, but you don't allow. You don't allow for wanton abuse. You don't allow for wanton abuse in non-professional police
conversation derailed.
Time out.
The cops really are terrible. You know,
what does the correct way look like?
All right, everybody stop. Whoa, hey, yo. I know y'all can hear me. All right. Obsidian made it down to the end of the rabbit hole. We saw where it went. Okay. Trader MBD, did you have something about the trial? About the case? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Trader MBD, give us your thoughts on the case. You think they got it right, got it wrong, and why?
All right. And you still on full screen there.
I'm fumbling with my buttons right now. Yeah, you can't talk unless we can see you, nigga.
No. I'm just letting you know.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So look, this is what it's about. This case, man. It's just a highly polarized case. Regardless of the verdict, it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. All this verdict was an attempt to pacify the mob. Whichever, we could, Pablo Frescobar put up a comment that said beyond reasonable doubt. That's what it has to be. That's the prosecution has to prove beyond reasonable doubt. There was so much reasonable doubt in this trial that it's comical that we're sitting here even debating it. I mean, the man took enough fentanyl to kill 3 elephants. I had a heart procedure done last November with about 1,000 the amount of fentanyl that Floyd got, and I don't remember what the hell happened for about 3 hours. And so without even right there, the fentanyl, not even anything else in the system, which is real. The toxicology report is real. That right there is reasonable doubt. But look, y'all, it still appeased the mob. I'm not making this political, but you got a whole lot of emotional niggas out on the streets of Minneapolis and a whole lot of white liberals that are sitting there clapping right behind them and next to them, ready to burn, loot, and murder. Go get more flat screens, destroy more black businesses. All this was an attempt to pacify them, to keep some semblance of peace. That's all it was. It was just a sham political show, kind of like a novella. That's it.
I can agree with you that they didn't want the world to burn again, so that played a heavy factor in their decision, no doubt. Regardless of litigating the case,
they didn't want their houses to burn. Fuck the world, man. They got houses and children.
Yeah. No, I agree with that part. That they didn't want to see that happen, and that played a huge factor in it because.
But Bernard, you understand what you're saying right now? Hold on, wait. Go ahead, Fantastic. Hold on, I'm going back to the and do me a favor, Bernard. I put that link in the back chat, and I misspoke earlier. The judge didn't say mistrial; he said overturned. So my bad. I said mistrial; he said overturned. I was mistaken what he told him, warned about a mistrial earlier, due to when they brought back the pulmonologist for the second cross examination. But anyway. But no, you understand that you're supporting our whole point in what we're simply saying. If this is about justice, okay, this shit is about justice. There should be no outside pressures. There should be no people worried about the houses getting burned down. None of that shit should play a part. You're supposed to go by the case and by the evidence only, by the rule of law. And that's
what they did. And that's what they did. And it's
hold on. Let me ask Fantastic this important question. Okay, you say it's about justice. It should go by the case. They shouldn't be worried about people reaction and people feelings or this or that. Now, in the American justice system, there are plenty of times where they consider all those other factors and how people are going to feel, and the black person normally end up on the wrong side of that shit. Why trip because they worrying about hurt feelings and other shit, and the black person ended up on the right side of it?
Okay, but hold on. For one, the black person didn't end up on the right side of anything because the nigga's dead. Secondly,
the white man that killed him ended up on the.
Hold on. The first business.
Side.
Hold on. The first business that was burned down was a brother's business.
Well, still,
When that shit first popped
yeah,
off,
here we go. We're talking about
let me make it clear. My argument is it's kind of not a good argument. It's basically the argument that says if y'all kind of fuckery and bullshit happening anyway, and we draw the short stick every time. So if we don't, if they draw the short stick this time with some fuckery and bullshit, oh well.
But no, that's not the argument I'm making. Again,
my argument.
Hold on.
I kind of got an oh well argument to this.
Yeah, but and it's cool. I'm with that too. But again, you know how Black History Month comes along and everybody loves to quote the great Dr. Martin Luther King. And what was one of the
only white people do that though? Fantastic.
Here we go, man.
Bro, can I stop getting cut the fuck off?
Dr. King are cool now. Oh,
I'm not cutting nobody off, bro.
Lay it out, fantastic. Lay it out. We got to stop the cutting off. Let people speak.
Man, I ain't been able to finish a sentence.
Nigga, it wasn't because of me.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, fantastic.
Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is an injustice where? But it's selective fucking, what's the name, whenever we want to use the shit or do the shit. Again, bro, I know shit's not perfect. But what I'm telling you is, being that if you played it that way, and again, you get this one win from the people that you guys claim are quote unquote in power and oppressors and all this bullshit, how do you think how many times we gonna get that back? If I have power over you and I have power over the system and you got over on me one time, I'm just gonna get over on you on the next 1,000 times. Okay? So again, man, if you guys want to play this game and look at it as a win, which again, let me know when your Derrick Chauvin guilty check comes in the mail. Hey, by all means, man, have it. But I'm here talking about simple fucking the rule of law and justice. Okay? That's all I'm talking about.
Hey, fantastic. Fantastic.
Hold on. I'm almost done. And Bernard, you just brought up the most, you just proved our point. This is clearly was not just because about that, man. You had so much side pressures on the shit, and the judge refused to do shit that could have not, if not eliminated, but reduce a lot of those pressures.
Yeah, no, I know that. I know I kind of proved your point, but my attitude is still oh well to everything.
But no, I'm with you. Let me say it too. Hey, listen, I don't give a fuck about Derrick Chauvin. Fuck him.
Oh, thank you.
It's all the same to me. Fuck him. I'm here for the fucking debate and the argument. You niggas are the one emotional that's attached. I don't give a damn about this damn white man going.
Nobody's emotional, bro. Like, nobody's emotional. What we're saying was the trial was just. The case that was presented by the defense was weak. It had no real standing, and that's why they lost. That's why the verdict was so expeditedly done, right? That's why it was done in less than 1 day.
So AC, you're gonna tell your grandkids, to model themselves after George Floyd? Are you gonna tell your grandkids to model themselves after George Floyd? I'm just saying though, are you proud of George Floyd?
Changing the argument.
Are you
okay,
Nancy Pelosi? Are you proud of George Floyd?
This is crazy.
But I do have a cogent point to what you're saying.
We gotta we gotta let AC finish all the way to the end. Go ahead.
Listen, I don't like you guys and you guys biases and you bring your right wing nonsense. I don't care about any of that. The point that I'm trying to say here is that 12 jurors was chosen, a trial was had, the evidence was presented. You guys side lost, and now to say that there was reasonable doubt, there wasn't no reasonable doubt. The fentanyl had nothing to do with it. There was expertise. There was expertise who was brought there who even talked about the time of death. They were able to chronologically put forth the information to say why that knee on his neck was the cause of his death. That man brought a bunch of weirdos.
We've already talked about that, AC.
For the defense. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Listen, I don't care what you got. You guys
sound quite emotional, AC.
You guys keep bringing. I'm a passionate person. I don't care if you cool,
emotion, bro.
That's you. I don't care what. I don't even know you, dude. So you're
anytime a black man gets all hyped up over a cookie,
I don't care about that. You're not presenting information. You're just talking the same dumb shit that you talk every time you get up here. So that shit means nothing to me, right? I'm presenting the facts, and the facts is 12 jurors was chosen. A judge was chosen. The trial was had. He was found guilty. There will be no mistrial. The trial is over. You can't have a mistrial if there was a verdict. And the verdict.
Are you happy?
And it's not about whether I'm happy or not, because the trial wasn't to make me happy. The trial was to get justice for that man and for that cop to be held accountable.
Okay.
The trial was to get justice for George Floyd and his family, and for the cop to be held accountable for the charges that was brought forth. He was indicted on a crime. And he was taking
I'm glad that your grandkid's role model.
Why are you heckling him while he's talking, man?
Because they suckers. They
because you have them on the panel and you don't mind.
Hey, MOT does it. Why can't we do it?
MOT is real.
They have weak ass arguments, and when you come and blow their shit out of the water, this is what they do.
AC, chill. MOT is being real cool and real chill right now. And MOT ain't doing that. So, and AC is just trying to make a point, whether his point is right or wrong. Come on, like you just sitting there every sentence just saying, so what? Blah blah blah. It's like you just heckling him while he's talking. Like that ain't like, let the man get it out.
All right, man. I'll let him get his emotions off, man. It's all
whatever,
good.
man. I don't know you, bro. Man. I don't know who you are. You sound like a sucker cornball nigga. So it don't even matter what you're saying. Use a cornball. Use a sucker.
Does that make you feel better, AC?
You can't even present a coherent argument. So you do this childish ass 12th grade shit, a bunch of fucking grown ass men, and you think you look cute. You do look cute. You do look like a girl. But again, Bernard, as the question pertaining to the thing,
Jocelyn Adams is beautiful, bro. Do you even know who she is?
All right, let him go.
I think the trial was just. I think the trial was just. I understand what you're saying. You made a valid point when you said that you and Fantastic and the weirdo dude that keep talking, y'all did make a valid
you doing what are you doing? Now come on, chill.
I have no respect for people like that. I'm not trying to bring answer to your panel. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I do clearly recognize that this was like this was like, yo, let's just quiet him down. I do acknowledge that. That's why I don't take it as a victory. I take it as just keep the crowd quiet. We don't want,
because America would have blew up
if he would have felt not guilty. If he would have found not guilty,
I have a question. I have a question.
Blew up.
I have a question for him. Okay. What do you think? In light of what you just said there, you said that you don't think that it wasn't really clear what you meant, but I think I know what you meant. You said that essentially this was just meant to quiet them down. Okay. All right, fine. My question to you and everybody who thinks as you do or feels as you do or both is, where do we go from here? You said we need more professionalism in the police. Okay. We need to get rid of the bad apples. Okay. Got it. Then what?
And then we see what that form of policing does when the apparatuses change and the professional things are put in and it's indoctrinated that these guys now are held accountable and they don't have these laws and where they can leave one police department and go to another. When those things are changed, then we present that police force to the community and see if they can attack crime.
I have a question for you, AC, a real question. So who's going to stop the dudes in the hood from, robbing women and putting guns to their belly when they pregnant?
The police officers whatever George Floyd did, I'm sure he went to trial and got found guilty for. So if you holding that against him and saying that's why he should get
I'm not talking George Floyd. It happens hundreds of times a day. It happens hundreds of times a day.
The police departments that's in power do. I hope that they are smart enough to put the right people out there. And listen. I'm a criminal. I committed crimes for a long time. I was trying to explain.
That explains your affinity for George Floyd.
Man, I was trying to explain to Bernard and Fantastic before the shit went bad between us that, listen, when cops want to shut something down, they can. My block was the hoppin'est, poppin'est block in my city at one point. When they was tired of us, they shut it down to never be opened again. And I watched several blocks happen to that. So if the cops really want to shut shit down, they have the apparatus to do it. I am a 10-year Army veteran. I know what a police department can do. I know what an occupying force can do, right? So if police departments really wanted to stop crime, they would do it. Philadelphia 2 weeks ago, they went and got every damn federal police department they could get to help them combat the crime in Philly. They got the park rangers, FDA police. So if you really
when they shut your block down, were they nice about it? They didn't need police reform to shut your block down, though.
I got you, HoodServative. Me and AC actually had this talk before. Now, when you're saying, oh, they can do that, they can shut it down, then they will cross over to that territory of over policing, and then that will become the problem that that you'll be complaining about then. Black people being over-policed and
over-policing,
over-incarcerated.
this is the difference. Over-policing is not shutting down the blocks and just riding through harassing motherfuckers. That's over-policing. If the block is still popping and you just riding around
is not policing,
then that's over-policing. But if you shut the block down, and then you don't gotta have 20 cars patrolling through and the block is shut down, nobody's gonna complain about over-policing because ain't no motherfucking cops because the block
where does the problem start at though, AC?
So the argument amounts to, you're basically saying squad cars, they need to be just riding through there, but don't bother nobody, don't talk to nobody, just ride through and wave their finger at people to.
No, bro.
That's what it sounds like.
Hold up, AC. Hold up, AC. Let another brother. Hey, they did that in New York. It was called stop and frisk. It worked. But niggas cried and complained about it. Now look at New York now. Ask my man.
There's no solution.
Why did niggas complain and cry about it? Because 85% of the people who were stopped and frisked had nothing in comparison to the 75% of white people who were stopped and frisked had shit.
It's a color thing. Okay, it's a color thing.
No, it's not a color thing.
Niggas is wild, B. Niggas is wild, B.
Niggas is wild. Just a moment. You've had the mic for a minute, bro.
85% of the people that pulled over had no.
Could you let somebody else speak, bro?
None.
You had the mic for a moment.
All right, I want to pass it to SKC. Go ahead, SKC. But before we go to SKC, shout out to Snuggles in the building, and I got to hold on.
Hi, I'm Snuggle, Snuggly Softness. That's really less expensive.
All right,
you gonna catch a claim for that, Bernard.
I don't know. Shout out to Snuggles.
Hey, the YouTube police gonna have you on all fours, bro.
I don't get a claim for none of the clips. If you show a short enough clip, you won't get a claim for it if it's short enough.
Yeah.
But I don't know what this one.
It's 7 seconds.
I'll find out tonight if I get a claim for this.
Hey, let us know.
But Snuggle says, Bernard, you have to have a class of conversation, comprehension, and find a therapist because the community combo is confusing with too much passion. Yeah, I agree. It's getting confusing and it's too much passion. I'm glad you used the word passion instead of emotion. But yeah, we do need to rein it in and have a more civil conversation. I think that's what
I like to ask.
But hold on, SKC had a question. Hopefully, a good question, a non-coon question. Go ahead, SKC.
Coon.
Well, I was just saying, so far as when we talk about this case or whatnot, the ultimate result would be people would want some type of positive results for people. If they want to say for black people, go ahead, say for black people, fine. So my question would be to Obsidian. Obsidian, you were sharing some information earlier. I mean, have you seen where people have tried to go down a line of reform before? I think that's where you were going.
Well, yes.
Now we're changing. Wait, hold on. We're changing the actual conversation from what the case is to police reform. That's
I thought people wanted results. I mean, I hear that.
I mean,
listen, a lot of times people say black people.
Trying to derail the conversation, trying to take the conversation off the specific point that it was on. Let me read it again. Devin Chauvin verdict panel.
Okay, so the verdict.
Hold on a second, Supreme King Coon. And I said my very first statement. The courts have spoken.
Okay.
Yeah, Obsidian. Yes, it's one thing. I mean, the topic is what the topic is, and you saying the courts have spoken. Okay, let's talk about something else. That's not exactly.
That's not what I said.
I know.
That's
you wanted to move forward.
That's not what I said.
I know, but I know you didn't say that.
I said that as an American citizen, I respect our way of doing things. We handle our problems in the courts, and when the courts have come with a decision, that's it.
Okay, so we agree. You'd be basically saying it's settled, it's done, that's it. We American, God bless America, and apple pie, and all of that. And now let's move forward and talk about something else. That is what you're saying. But hold on. What
Black Lives Matter wanted. Black Lives Matter wanted police reform. Did they not?
Why are we talking about Black Lives Matter? What is going on here?
Obsidian. That is
MOT wants police reform.
I understand that's what you want to talk about, but that is kind of separate. We probably can get into that in a little bit, but did want to just base, and we kind of already did it. Is just lay out whether or not we think they got it wrong or got it right.
The courts have spoken.
And the courts can speak, but people can still talk about whether or not they think they got it wrong or got it right.
Having a court.
We're not.
What is the point of having a court if we're going to go in quarterback and armchair quarterback every decision and second guess it? What is the point?
They do it in the military all the goddamn time.
Not in my military, not in the Army. That's some Air Force shit there, MOT.
Yeah. Well, I think what he's saying, Bernard, is this. Which what I was saying at the very beginning was, okay, I understand people want to talk about the case, right? And if you're talking about the case, then that you're showing that you want to have like some type of sense of justice. Was the court case handled in a just way? But
that's the conversation.
But when you have people that are not interested in the other arguments, that shows you that they're not interested in justice, period.
I think, and I think it's people on both. I think it's people on both sides.
Go for it.
Hold on.
No,
wait. I think it's people on both sides who are ideologically just only hearing one side and only passionately arguing for one side. I actually do think it was fine arguments on both sides, but if in this situation, if the white guy is the one carried away in handcuffs, I don't give a fuck. That's where I'm at with it.
Well, I want to. You had a super chat a few minutes ago from G Dizzle that you didn't really address, and that was, what if those same courts decided to let him go? Would you guys be feeling like justice was served? Would you guys still have faith in the courts that you're trying to put on us now and tell us, oh, shut up, the courts did right, shut up? So if it went your way, I mean, if it didn't go your way, would you be willing to take that? Oh, shut up, the courts are right.
Yeah, I would have took the case, and I wait, hold on. Let me give a caveat. Let me give a caveat to that. Let me give a caveat to my answer that I just said. And I understand that I'm arguing for a specific side. I think it would have been far more embarrassing than everybody in the country if that guy would have got off with all that information.
Oh, with all that reasonable doubt. With all that reasonable doubt.
Way better for police reform.
So here we go. So we just throw the entire United States justice system out the window.
We did it.
How is that? Is that what y'all? Is that what Negroes want in this country? Because I'm asking you, it's when Negroes get emotional. When Negroes get emotional, is it okay to throw the justice system out?
That's not my point.
No, we're not trying to throw the justice system out. We're trying to make the justice system fair, the way it was designed to be fair.
Fair for who? Fair for criminals?
Fair.
Right. When you say hold on, wait a minute. How can you stand on an argument about fairness when you just admitted that I think they just gave this to us to calm us down? You're throwing fairness out the window when you admit they're doing this to stop rioting.
You're misrepresenting my argument on purpose.
I'm not talking to you, MOT. I'm asking this man. AC's the one that said that.
I don't let motherfuckers talk, man. I'm talking about the expediency of the trial, the way that they when you have a trial like that. There's a lot of appeals. There's a lot of delays. They pushed all that out the way. They wanted to get it done. They made it expedient. They found a jury. They set the jury. They put the trial in motion. You rarely have a trial that speedy. That's what I'm talking about. That's
rarely.
When I see you rarely have a trial of that magnitude go that fast. There's appeals. There's all kind of
apparently that's not even enough.
Trial arguments, all kind of things, right?
And apparently that's not even enough. Look at the rioting that's going on.
Burned last night, AC.
Listen, why y'all so animated about the rioting?
AC is businesses, bro. It's businesses.
Because those are black people's lives, bro. Why are you so unconcerned with black people's actual lives?
Is it only black criminals' lives matter because you're a former criminal?
Well, what it comes down to is we just got to say within the court, the actual results in real time don't matter.
Let me ask an ignorant question. Hold on, real quick. Real quick. Let me ask. Whoa! Stop it! Let me ask a fair. This is my ignorance. I watched after the trial happened, and then by about 6 o'clock, I turned my TV off and didn't really turn it back on. So I just confirm for me and the ignorant out there. After Chauvin got basically the max that they charged him with everything. Are you telling me that it's Negroes out there still burning down businesses?
Black Lives Matter are out there talking about that's not enough.
They are
no, not only Black Lives Matter. Wait. Fuck BLM. No, stop. Don't use BLM as a red herring. No. Our elected officials, black people in government are saying it's not enough. The black people that you put your faith in to lead you are saying that shit's not enough, and they're leading people out there to just continue the riots, continue the conflict. That's the problem here. Fuck BLM. The people you vote for are doing this shit.
She was 100% right for saying what she said. She was 10,000% correct for saying what she said.
And there
who was that? She was as a legislator, as a person who a legislator and a person who legislates laws.
Who are you talking about? Wait, stop.
Correct in what she said.
AC, who are you talking about? And what did she say?
I'm talking about Maxine Waters. She was 1,000% correct.
And we got hold on, guys. All right, y'all got to understand that everybody didn't see what you saw, so try to talk in a reporting news standpoint. So don't just say she was 100% right for saying what she said. No, say Maxine Waters was 100% right for saying exactly what. State what she said. I need to hear it. What did she say?
When she said that if there was a non-guilty verdict, that we need to confront these people. We need to confront the system. We need to address the system, and we can't let miscarriage of justice continue. She was 10,000% correct. I don't care if y'all don't like her because she's a powerful Democrat. I don't give a shit about her political affiliation.
I don't see that. Wait. Okay, so are y'all saying that was coded language? Are y'all saying that was coded language?
You got some mommy. That's baby mama.
Bernard, let me clear it up.
Are y'all saying that was coded language for burn shit down?
That is the statement. No, Bernard. That is the very statement. That is the very statement that people are accusing her of intimidating the jury over. She's saying that if you listen, when people are already in the streets burning, looting, and stealing and shooting and shit, how much more confrontational could you be? So that's why people are saying, no, this is a threat.
That's sort of like
hold on. Don't get too fucked about the looting, the fucking marching or nothing. Y'all are disingenuous clowns, man.
Hey, okay, didn't I'm just this is sort of a gotcha, but I'm just didn't Donald Trump do the same damn thing?
No, Donald Trump said peacefully protest. He said peacefully protest.
I can show you side by side quotes. I can show you side by side quotes.
I heard it live in person.
He said
Donald Trump. Hold on, wait, time out.
Bernard, and I'm
Donald Trump embolden. Did Donald Trump not embolden the people to storm the Capitol?
No. He said peacefully protest, Bernard.
Wait. Let me take that. I'll bite.
Oh, now it's did he actually do it or did he say it?
If Donald Trump, no, let's bite. Let's take that. Let's take it right on the horns. If Donald Trump did that, if Donald Trump did exactly what Maxine Waters did, then what are you saying about the nature of the case?
What are you talking about? The nature of the case? Her statements had no bearing on the fucking case, man. Give me a fucking.
Okay, hold on. Y'all just said it was the same thing. No. You said it was the same thing. So why is it Maxine being impeached right now, AC? Since she should be impeached.
Wait, hold on. HoodServative.
None.
No, but see, that's where I think you're wrong, AC. I think it did, and that's why I'm willing to say it was some fuckery and some strong arm shit happening. And it just happened in the favor of what black people wanted, and that's it. That just is what it is.
But
the power. Wait a minute. The power game landed in our favor this time. That's what happened.
Who's R? It did, but it had nothing to do with her.
Who's R?
That's a fair point, Trader MBD. Right when I hold on. Hold on. Wait. Right when I said our, I did take a little step back because that's where it gets kind of tricky. But either way it go, we know that there's been some political power BS. We don't want this reaction from this group or these people and all this stuff that has resulted in reduced sentences or not guilty verdicts. From time to time, we know that happened. Wait a minute. I am willing to say that yes, that's more or less what happened right here. I'm willing to say that. But when that bullshit happens in this American justice system, that I do believe tries to get it right most of the time, but when the bullshit happens, and it happens in the favor in a way that we're a dead black man and the white man who at least contributed to his death is walking away in handcuffs, I don't know why black people are going to get bent out of shape about it. It's
well,
like
no, it's not that. No, it's not that. Let me make it clear. Let me make it really clear.
Wait. The system is not perfect, and if it ends up not perfect in a way that causes a white man to walk away in handcuffs, I'm not about to shed a tear for it. Like that's
you wouldn't even hear about that though. That's the point. You wouldn't even hear about that for one. And two, once you acknowledge that whole they're just tossing us a bone thing, then again, like SKC was saying, it's not about justice.
I know I wasn't even saying that they were tossing a bone. I'm saying they literally think that motherfuckers gonna burn the country down. So
right. So then you acknowledge that what happened was not justice, it was politics. You're now acknowledging that.
Yes.
Fine. So we're not wrong by pointing out pointing out all the actual arguments, since you all agree that your side is convinced with it's political. You're concerned with the political win because that's all you acknowledge you got out of it.
What political win did we get? What political win was won?
You tell me. You said black people won shit. I still want to hear what black people won, bro.
Maxine was right, bro. You said Maxine was right.
You tell me what we won. I still want a receipt from this trial, my nigga. What did we get? I want to read the receipt.
All right. Look at. I got you next, Obsidian. But what Darius D is saying right there, no, Bernard isn't right because that's not justice. I've observed a lot of shit that I was like, that's not quite justice. The system is not going to get it right every time. Sometimes whoever have whatever kind of strong arm power that might end up making it go that way if it's a debatable situation. The Amber Geiger situation, that was debatable. She probably didn't know that she walked into. She probably was stupid enough to think she walked into her own damn house. You know, she probably was that damn stupid. And so, some people wanted a life sentence.
But what happened, Bernard? After she was sentenced, she got hugged by the black bailiff, the black judge, the black prosecutor.
I get all that. So the system is not perfect, and it's normally not perfect in a way to where the black person involved at a higher percentage rate will end up getting the short end of the stick.
It's not that way, Bernard. Let's remove color from the equation, Bernard. Look at my avatar picture, Bernard. That happened the day they were deliberating. This girl got shot. All them rounds were shot at her.
Not here we go. Black child dies.
Look at this. Y'all don't give a fuck about black on black crime. You motherfuckers don't even like black people, and then y'all want to bring this shit up. If y'all got so much,
as I was gonna say,
for black on black crime,
hold up a second.
Motherfuckers create an organization that combat black on black crime.
Okay, that's called the police, bro.
We don't give a
fuck.
fuck.
We trying to, but you want to take their guns away.
Start a fucking organization that deal with black on black crime.
The police. You want to reform the police.
Organizations that deal with black on black crime.
What are you talking about?
Hey, y'all trying to attack the police? They're the ones to protect you. They don't protect you. Okay, can we speak now? AC? Mr. Emotional Criminal?
All right. You keep bringing that dumbass shit.
Mr. Emotional Criminal. Hey, you see what? Okay, so Bernard. So let's talk about the 7-year-old.
Chill. All right, go ahead, Trey.
So all while this jury is deliberating, this 7-year-old girl is getting shot. And ain't nobody rising up, burning down. You know what I'm saying? Where's her justice compared to
who the fuck is gonna burn down anything because she got shot?
All right, go ahead, Trey.
You just proved our point, my nigga. You just proved our point, my nigga.
Thank you. I will answer.
You care like you riot for this dope fiend that got killed. But you don't give a fuck about that dumb little girl.
Hey, I put money. How many of y'all niggas put money on Sequoia Turner's GoFundMe? I put a grip on it. Who founded it? Brandon Tatum. Former manosphere. Hey, hold on. How much money did you put on Sequoia Turner? How much money?
I don't know her.
There you go.
I don't know
y'all
her.
Niggas out here caping for a crackhead. That's what I mean.
You know George Floyd, nigga. You know George Floyd, though. You know George Floyd. You don't know that little girl, but you know George Floyd.
Can I ask her a question?
Go ahead, MOT.
Capping ass fat niggas.
Trey.
MOT, go ahead.
Trey, listen. Brandon Tatum does not give a fuck about black people. Like you.
Shut the fuck up, man. We from the hood, MOT.
Brandon Tatum is actually hiding behind the face of this black girl just like you are. Underneath, you people.
MOT, you with a whole Asian woman. MOT, you with a whole Asian woman. MOT. How many black kids you got? MOT. Nigga, you from Mississippi and put a goddamn Asian woman. Because you don't.
What does this have to do with the conversation I'm trying to have?
Go ahead, MOT.
Okay, these dudes are here to hide behind Black Death and use it when it's convenient. That's what they're here to do. Yes. Do you want me to play Candace on this?
Nigga, you just bought that bitch Patrice a mansion. Get the fuck out of here talking about hiding behind Black Death.
Black progressive.
Eats off that shit.
Black Nazi.
Your whole team eats off that shit, nigga.
You a whole progressive Nazi, nigga.
I don't.
Nigga, you a progressive.
Buy that bitch Cadillac while you at it too. Help these bitches get Cadillacs, my nigga. Help these bitches get mansions and Cadillacs.
Buy large mansions.
How many white Republicans y'all made rich? How many mansions y'all bought for white Republicans? How many white Republicans y'all made rich that y'all donated to? That ain't gonna do shit for neither one of y'all. How about that?
Trump was rich already, nigga. Shut the fuck up.
But how many people you donate to more than Trump? You donate to more than Trump.
I donated Sequoia Turner, a black girl. You don't even know who this girl is in my picture,
Bernard. This is not about justice, Bernard. Hold on, real quick. Real quick, Bernard. This is not about justice. This is about these two brothers think that crackhead should have died out there. These two brothers think that man's past was a reason for this professional police officer to use a wrong tactic to subdue this dude and kill him. That's what this is about. So whether it was a just trial or not, these two gentlemen would not agree anyway because they wanted that man to die. They see black people.
We didn't want him to die. We just don't give a fuck about crackheads, bro.
They see him. Right, but do you give a fuck about white meth addicts? Do you give a fuck about the white meth addicts in the conservative party that you
fuck them too, bro?
All right, well, hold on. Let me ask Trey a question.
Nobody cares about the white meth addicts. What's wrong with this nigga?
All right, let me ask y'all the question. Okay, y'all don't give a damn about the method or whatever, the fentanyl. Y'all don't give a damn about George Floyd. All right, so I'm just asking a simple question because I understand where y'all coming from. Y'all say y'all don't give a damn about him. He's a criminal. He put a gun to a black pregnant woman's belly. Fuck him. I get that. I more or less feel the same way about Chauvin. Like, where y'all at on that?
Yo, fuck him too, man. It is what
it
is.
Listen,
then what's going on here then?
I'm saying it like this.
For one,
go ahead, David.
We were arguing the points of the trial. That was literally why I walked into the conversation. We were arguing the actual facts that were laid out by both sides of the prosecution and the defense. That was all we were doing, is just hashing out the details. And apparently one side doesn't really care for the details from the defense, which is amazing if we're talking about justice, like SKC has been saying. How can we care about justice when you reject every logical argument?
You want to tell me that I didn't follow a fucking case?
Right, like you don't even know the specifics of the case, and y'all telling us that we're not taking it. What we're saying to you guys, you guys don't know what y'all talking about.
You can't claim that medical examiners have consensus. Whoa. You can't claim that the medical examiners have consensus. Then show me your evidence where the medical examiners don't have consensus. Saying it's a high level is not saying it's 100%. So that's a word game that you presented to your argument. You present word games as an argument, my nigga. Stop.
Your side brought an outside medical examiner.
I got one question. If we all can agree that there are good arguments on both sides of the trial, there's some good arguments being made on both sides of the trial, and but external forces is what essentially made them go with the guilty verdict.
No,
do we generally agree?
That's my take on it. That was my prediction from the beginning. The pressure will determine the trial. I don't really think the facts determine the trial. And half of you guys, except for MOT, at least you guys are acknowledging there was a lot of pressure to add to this trial.
Yeah, it was a lot of pressure.
I have a question.
It was all based off emotion.
Okay, go ahead, Obsidian.
All right, so since this is about Monday morning quarterbacking the verdict,
okay.
That's what this discussion is about. I see it as pointless at this point because the verdict has already been rendered. I want to ask you, will you have future discussions about where things go from here with regard to the George Floyd verdict?
I would love to do that now. I want to go down that line of conversation with City, and they can't handle
that's what I want to
shit.
be a part of.
They can't do that. They're the ones talking about policy, and their policies are shit. Their policies are dead black girls that they don't give a fuck about.
Listen, man,
let me get conservative. Let me get that white policy. Let me get that white policy.
Discussions.
Conservative. Let me get that white policy.
I remember me and Little Big Nate had a discussion about potentially, at some point in the future, getting it going, a black conservative organization, and then people came up talking about white pussy. So I mean,
no, because the only thing y'all gonna do up there is just talk about Black Lives Matter and cultural shit. I wouldn't suggest
overall, yeah. They're
90% of your channel is black women, MOT, and then you vote for them to have power that you hate.
Disingenuous.
It is the same way that
there's no more disingenuous dudes than conservative.
Yeah,
like
I'm not clear on Bernard's answer. I'm not clear on
the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Okay. All right, because I would like to participate in that discussion. I really don't
see. I'm sitting here before you participate in the discussion. You got to understand what police reform is, because you think police reform is about crime and not about the particular police department.
Well, let me ask you a question, AC. You don't think that Larry Krasner's campaign and subsequent winning of a district attorney election is a move in terms of law enforcement reform in the city of Philadelphia? Do I understand that right?
No, I don't think that's what his mandate was.
Okay, all right, fine. Do you think that the appointment of now police commissioner Danielle Outlaw was a move in the direction with regard to police reform in the city of Philadelphia? Yes or no?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's 50-50 with her. I think it's partly departmental with her, and I think it's also having a black female face to kind of be a connection to the community so they can get more answers from the neighbors to deal with the crime epidemic in Philly.
Okay. Given that she is the head of one of the oldest and largest law enforcement agencies in the country, read police, and she's been in office now for a couple years.
No, she's only been there for about a year, Obsidian.
About a year, okay. She's been there for a year. In your view, is she doing a good job in regard to police reform in the city of Philadelphia or not, and why?
Not at all. I don't think she's doing a good job at all, and I think she'll be out of there within the next 6 to 8 months or a year.
Why?
I think a lot of times when you come into a rugged city like Philadelphia, blue collar city like Philadelphia, that's 50% white, 50% black, you have to have some kind of cultural understanding of the city and the community to better deal with it. And I think her coming from the West Coast, she kind of lacks that street sense and that cultural sense that you really need. Like when they had Commissioner, the black guy Williams from DC, he related to that area, so he did a good job. When they had the other black guy, when they had the white guy from Philly, his daughter's still on TV doing the news. When they had these guys, they did a very good job in dealing with crime because they understood the culture, they understood the city, they understood the blue collar nature of the city, so they addressed the crime that way. I think that she just lacks the overall understanding of the Philadelphia metropolitan area and the ethnic groups in the enclaves of Philly to deal with it. And she's like relying on these parents, not understanding that most parents are working hard, poor. Philly's a very poor, very underprivileged city. And I think she's coming at it the wrong way. And I think she's naive and she looks like a deer in the headlights. And I think that's why the city is failing so miserably.
Let me ask you another question. Are the police a primarily law enforcement agency, or are the police a primarily social work agency? Sociological.
I think they're primarily law enforcement, and I think that's what the reform is about, bringing in more social. Like, take for instance, remember the guy got shot in Philly, the retard guy. He had bipolar, and the people was calling the cops to help do. The guy that was rapping.
That was who he. His name was who he was a rapper.
I don't know his real name. I didn't know who he was. Right, but listen, this is the point I'm trying to make. If they would have had more, if they would have had a psych person on the scene or somebody that could have
She would have got stabbed.
That bitch would have got jabbed up.
See, you
want black women to get out there and get stabbed to rescue Pookie?
No, this is why I wanted to talk about the actual case itself, so that way there wouldn't be all of this.
You can't have a serious hold on, MOT, hold on, please, bro. You can't have a serious conversation here without these guys bringing in their petty little shit. Now, I didn't.
That's why they shouldn't be on the
panel. Yeah, we gotta silence everybody because I'm a fascist.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me point out why this is not petty. And I got it. You got to understand. Did you watch the video? Did you watch the video of the incident that you just referred to?
That has nothing to do with this case, sir.
You weren't the one who brought it up. Mr. MOT, you didn't bring it up, so you don't get to really complain. You didn't bring it up. I'm asking the man who brought it up. I'm asking the man who brought it up.
Sir,
the man who brought it up is off topic.
Listen, just because you want to throw away all black people, that doesn't matter to
Come
me,
on, bro.
I asked you a simple question. Did you see what happened? Did you actually see what happened?
That man could have been dealt with in the whole. Anyway, back to your question.
How would you deal with a man running at you with a butcher knife? How would you deal with a man who runs at you with a butcher knife, bro? Stop. No, I need you to be a logical person. And how would you deal with the man who runs at you?
Bro, you want to kill all black people that you deem as a problem. I don't want to deal with you. You could deal with somebody else.
Bro, don't deflect like a goddamn black female.
All right. I'm good on
AC, how would you handle it? How would you handle it? That's all you need to answer. I'm running at you with a butcher knife, all right? Not a tiny knife, not a pocket knife, a 12-inch kitchen butcher knife. How would you handle it? I'm 10 feet away from you and closing in. I'm 10 feet away.
You step back and you shooting with a taser. You maintain your distance and you shooting with a taser. You bring them down,
all right,
fellas.
Now I need you to try it. Now I need you to try it, and then we're good.
Stop. Come on, man. Stop.
All right.
Okay, so studies have shown. There's been thousands of studies that have shown that once you get within knife range, it don't matter. AC, yes, there's been thousands of studies. You can look them up everywhere. Once you get within knife range, that ass is done.
Yeah.
Listen to me. When you come, you're an army dude like me, right? We both army dudes, right? So we both trained to come out of a situation. We observe the situation.
Bro, that nigga getting shot, bro. Right? Any of my soldiers is freaking putting holes in that motherfucker, bro.
Nah,
bro, I'm shooting you and I'm spitting on your body.
This is why the Army military police is not allowed to have
MOT. That's why you ain't no freaking.
Wait. I want to hear.
That's why you're a communist, MOT.
Yeah.
MOT. What were you saying?
I'm saying that we need to be on topic about this conversation. Trader MBD, the HoodServative, and Obsidian to some effect, which is getting AC off the topic. We're talking about the verdict of the trial, not all this.
In my position on that, MOT, again, my position is the courts have spoken.
Okay.
Done,
okay, but the title of the video, the courts have spoken.
Though, MOT, I think it's a good topic where I think the transition is a good transition.
Transition is good. I understand
it's a good
that.
transition, MOT, and the reason why I say it's a good transition because hold on, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, MOT. Give me a quick. The reason why I say it's a good transition because the overall case, as Bernard and I said, and the other guy said, the juiciness of the environment pushed the cast so fast. So now we need to talk about police reform because that's what made the case be expedited. So it's a good transition, bro.
But MOT, you don't think external factors had a play in the decision that they made and how fast that they made it?
No. So you're not. And if somebody is guilty, like listen. For every week of a trial, there should be 1 week of deliberations, unless the person is flat out guilty. Then it takes a day and a half. They have to go over because like once the judge leaves the actual judge stand and he goes in and he gives the actual directions to the jury itself, they tell them all of the factors of the case and they give them all of the testimony that's key to the actual deliberation process. So they go over and they watch all of this testimony from all of the people all over again. Now, nobody knows how nobody votes unless there's consensus. Normally, there's like a bowl in the front. Everybody have to write guilty or innocent, and the person, the jury foreman, actually pulls all the things out and he counts them all up. If there's universal consensus, they go on to the next thing, and the next charge, and the next charge. That's how that happens. Now, if somebody is flat out guilty, it only takes 1 day, maybe 2, could be 3. But this guy was out of there. Yeah, so that's what happened.
So what? It's
all right. So
I agree. He deserves to get locked up, but I do also agree that George Floyd being on the drugs he was on contributed to everything as well.
I have a question for AC.
So that's where I'm at with it, and I do believe that people burning the country down again played a factor in the quick decision to where even the good arguments that a knee on the back of the neck, like a lot of people have proven, a knee on the back of the neck. A lot of people have reenacted it, and the healthy person didn't die down there. That's been proven. But either way it go, he still was on the back of his damn neck for too long. I mean, so fuck him.
And guess what?
Take him away. Lock him up.
Natural causes from drugs.
What'd you say?
I'm fine with that.
Excuse me.
Huh? What'd you say, MOT?
I say if that person is going to die of natural causes from drugs, then we don't need the police help with doing that. If that guy was actually going to sit in the back of that police car or on the ground without knees on him and all that kind of stuff and die of those actual extenuating circumstances, hey, but there is contributing factors, which is the secondary things that everybody else keeps trying to bring up. And then there's the primary factor, which is at the top of the coroner report. Yeah, those were contributing factors. They wasn't the primary factors. No, the contributing factor was the primary cause.
Yeah, I don't think he would have did those drugs and then went home and sat on the couch and watched Price is Right and then
swallowed a whole bag of freaking fat.
But I think doing those drugs and getting arrested and having 3 people on top of your body, that will kill you.
But who gives a fuck? Here's the point. Hold up, Bernard. Here's the point. Who gives a fuck about a crackhead? This shit happens every freaking day. Every day. And all of a sudden, let me tell you what happens. You pick an emotional case. White cop, black man. Where I'm from, same thing happened a couple weeks before. Black cop, black man. Nothing happened of it. But here, we got an emotionally polarizing case. Let's get these niggas all in their fields. Let's burn down the entire country. Let's riot, loot, basically to change the narrative. At the same time, let's throw this daggone China flu in here to get all these niggas all scared and amped up.
Here we go.
All it was.
Here we go.
I was with you into the China flu.
Yep. Okay, Bernard, then tell me. Look at it, Bernard, and tell me. It's not emotions, Bernard. Why aren't they grabbing any of these other cases, Bernard? Why aren't they polarizing any other than 6,999 dead niggas lying on the ground?
It is emotion. It is polarizing, and it is just like hell. When somebody do any small thing to one of the guys chosen, they got their anti-defamation league. You do something to a black person when you're white, there's a threat of the world burning down. So something got pushed in the favor of the black person. And so just like you say, fuck George Floyd, fuck him, fuck Chauvin, lock his ass up.
I have another question for AC. AC, are you there? Hello.
I'm about to wrap this up pretty soon because I think we've talked about everything that need to get talked about on the case.
Just go down that rabbit hole again, man.
But we will, we can have a conversation in the future about police reform. But I think to the extent that we can talk about this trial, whether you think they got it right or wrong, like I said, fine arguments on many sides. I think external factors tipped it in the favor of locking up Chauvin, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Fuck him. All right. Thank you everybody for coming through. I do deeply apologize for not being able to read all the super chats and everything because it was just too damn intense, and I do apologize for my inability as a host to keep order, but niggas are niggas, and so shit get out of hand sometimes. But thank you everybody for coming through, participating today, and we are to get up out of here. Thank you, MOT, everybody who came. I threw this together short notice. I sent email links. We sent emails after midnight to everybody, and people showed up in good. I appreciate everybody who hopped on the panel. Shout out to Fantastic.
I'm having an after stream too, man. I'm having an after stream.
All right, go to MOT's after stream. Go to MOT's after stream. You got the link ready to go?
Cry.
MOT, do you got the link ready to go?
I do. Hold on a second. Let me go.
Drop the link. Everybody go over to MOT. Everybody
go over to the communist after stream, yo.
Yeah. I'm gonna come over there. I'm gonna cry with you for George. I'm gonna come and help you cry. We're gonna grieve together, bro.
Cape for crackhead stream.
Y'all shedding a tear for Chauvin. No, I'm just playing. But that's what it sounds like.
No, man, y'all blocked there, man. Like,
man, fuck crackheads, fuck bad cops.
I'm shedding a tear for logic, bro. I'm crying for justice and reason right now. We can sacrifice Chauvin, but we throwing justice out the window too.
That nigga canceled his fucking check. Cashed his check the minute he put that gun to that pregnant woman's belly. I want to know why her family didn't get at him. It should have never got this far. Her family should have got at that nigga. That nigga should have never seen the light of day after that.
Extenuating circumstances.
No. Hold on, Trey. I can do you one better. The cops should have got at him. They should have called the police, and the cops should have been on his neck then. How about that?
I'm like, all this, I don't get it, man. Oh, every day it's fuck Pookie, fuck them niggas. Now all of a sudden it's, oh man, we got to ride for Pookie. I don't get it. Which one is it, Black Manosphere? Is it we got to separate from these people?
No. They only hate Pookie when it comes to pussy. That's the deal. As long as Pookie leave the pussy alone, they ain't got no problem with Pookie.
Oh, my bad. Y'all mad because us Pookie niggas out here getting the pussy.
Shit on the
oh, is that what it is?
Let's chase that down.
Us Pookie ass niggas get more bitches.
Let's chase that down.
Hold on. We getting out of here. I do want to hear Obsidian what Obsidian got to say on that one. Go ahead.
So here's the question: is Pookie getting all the punani? Is that a good thing for Black America?
No. I'll say it as a former Pookie. No, it's not.
Dude, I'm not making that argument. Guilty. I just think it's hypocritical as fuck.
Yeah.
How is it hypocritical?
Well, you only criticize Pookie when he's fucking with the woman you want, but when he's out there shooting little girls, you don't give a fuck about the little girl.
So let's look at that. If those little girls were being sired by the educated lames, would they be shot in the first place?
No.
All right.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
So let's look at the root of the problem. If we're going to talk about the punani, let's do it.
Hey,
let's do it.
Take it. I want to see where you're going with this.
Women are making bad choices that are fucking us up.
Yeah. And Obsidian, you actually consistent on that one because you will go after the Pookies when they commit crimes. You'll call them park apes. Apes do not want war. You'll do all that when they just out there committing crimes, and you go after them when they out there serial impregnating women as well. So you are consistent with that. So they can't charge you up with that. You consistently keep your, no pun intended, your foot on.
So what we really talking about here?
You consistently put your foot on the neck of the Pookie.
So let's deal with this then. Maybe a big problem that we're dealing with here is we're approaching this thing all wrong. We're coming after stuff way after the fact. I'm trying to deal with it before it starts.
All right.
And that's where it starts.
It's truth in that, and you do lay out real good arguments for that, but we getting up out of here. We getting up out of here. Thank you, everybody. Go over to MOT. Go over to MOT. The links are in the chat. Go over to MOT. And we are out of here. Peace.
All right, Bernard.